What's good? What's good? What's good, YouTube? What's good? Hold on, y'all. Let me get finished being set up here. Just doing a mic check real quick. Tell me if the mic worked. All right, Browns versus Cardinals about to start soon here. Everybody, how are you guys feeling this morning about this game? I'm interested to know how everybody is feeling this morning about this game. Let me know. Sound off. Yo, Q, one love, bro. Let's go. Started Mahomes, feeling disappointed. All right, we getting ready to get going. Let's go.
Here in Cleveland, look who's back. Deshaun Watson. His Browns run has been a series of starts and stops to this point. Can he kick this Browns offense into high gear? We'll have the answers next on CBS.
All right, getting soon. We're getting close. I am cautiously excited about today. Yeah. Ray Rag says, I agree that since he looks like they are back, but because of the games that they already lost, they have no room for error. They were already 0-3 versus the AFC, but beat the Jags and the Chiefs left. The thing with Cincinnati is, at this point, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt with the situation like that, because they have done this the last 2 seasons where it feels like it's going to be mid for them. Okay, their run's done. And then they like knock off 8 games in a row against good teams. And like, we're just sitting here like, I guess they're one of the best teams in the NFL again. So with Cincinnati, I just gotta give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the rest of the NFL in these kind of situations, because they've always showed up in these kind of situations. I'm kind of worried because it's the NFL, but I hope the defense shows up. High-powered run offense. Yep. Professor Chaos says, how much zip are you expecting today? Just joking. Hopefully it's real zippy.
It is a homecoming. Grew up right here in Cleveland, in the old Brooklyn section of town, the pride of St. Ignatius High School. Back home in front of family and friends.
Browns defense going to start this game.
Fall day for football. Temperatures low 50s. Not much of wind coming in off Lake Erie. Arch, you can't ask for better weather than this time of year in this city.
This is, I don't care what city you're in, this is as good as it gets. Beautiful day here.
Browns win the toss. They elected to defer. And so Kevin Stefanski's going to put his defense on the field to begin. Dustin Hopkins has been terrific for the Browns, and Greg Dortch back after his one-game injury absence on the return. Crosses the
There you go. All right. Show up defense.
And that's where Clayton Tune will begin his.
Chris Gustafaro says, hey, fun fact, the Cardinals are 2 charter members in the NFL that started in 1920.
But this is first.
I believe that Cardinals franchise has been in like 6 different cities or something like that. Fred Hines says, good afternoon, Q. This is a must-win game today. It is what it is. Got to get done. Yes, sir.
Defense, an elite defense. The key is keep it simple, let it rip, don't think too much.
Two. Handoff here to Rondale Moore. Who actually leads
There you go.
NFL wide receivers.
Keep him behind the sticks.
You see a lot of that in this Arizona offense.
Appreciate the super chats coming in, by the way. Appreciate y'all, man. Always appreciate anybody who shows love via super chat.
Position with Tristan Colon still out on the shelf with that leg.
Shout out to the super chat squad. All right, 2nd and 8 here. They're coming out in heavy again. This is going to be a boot. We hang with the boot. Za'Darius did a good job of mirroring him, but we just had nobody in that flat. That happened again last week versus Seattle.
When I look at it,
When you have a young quarterback on the road, this first drive is going to be their best punch more than likely, right? So how this defense responds versus this first drive with the rookie quarterback, that's going to set the tone for the game here.
and hopefully let it open up the run game.
Little hesitation maneuver. This is Keontae Ingram. That's going to be.
All right, got to stop him here now.
There's no Imari DiMercado, their undrafted rookie who's really.
This will be Arizona's best shot on offense, this opening drive with the rookie quarterback.
On this Cleveland defense, led by Jim Schwartz, it was so good. Just lights out through the first 6 weeks. Last week, unable to protect that late lead in Seattle. And today, they're without one of their key players in the secondary. No breaking news. He's dealing with a groin injury that he sustained in that game last week. So Cameron Mitchell stepping into that starting spot. First and 10, good start for this Cardinals offense. Handoff here once again.
The tackling.
Takes a hard hit from Ryan.
Good tackling. All right, 2nd and 8. Force a 3rd and long here. Get them out their script. You force a 3rd and long, you get them out their script.
What's a successful first game for Clayton Tune? Just a clean operation, keep things moving, and avoid the big mistakes.
Sounds simple enough, right? Yes, the operation, but they want to be clean. They want to be able to get the motions. They want to be able to get the snap off. But then it's all about ball security. And that's really where they've been able to fall short, is the quarterback not taking care of the football. That has to be number one.
Good job, Myles Garrett. He almost had an interception.
Was right in his face. And it's gonna be-
All right, you took him out their script. Now we're going to see the real Clayton Tune here. You got him in 3rd and 7. Now you're going to see if this kid is real Clayton Tune, right? Good job on the screen, Miles.
Out there to block the screen, and he just reads. Clayton Tune gets up and really close to having one of those superhuman type plays and interception.
He jumped too high.
Two from the gun again.
Nothing. All right, that's big. That's big there. Took him out their script. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. What happened to my camera?
Yeah, excellent job by Delpit and the rest of that defense. You know when you're playing a rookie is his first series in the NFL. On 3rd and 7, you're not going to expect a lot of complex passing concepts and him to try and rip it down the field. They want him to have a clean game, and so you expect the ball to come out, you rally, avoid some blocks.
Good job. Good job there.
Gillikin on the punt. Backing James Prosher. That is not that many people's Jones. He was wearing that number up until last week. Traded.
Hey, man, the NFL a cold world, dog. You get traded somebody else in your jersey the next day. The next day. That's cold. That's a cold world. Cold world, man. That's cold world, dog. Cold world. If I'm Kevin here, try to start him out with something easy, like out of empty, little 5-yard throw. If you really want to get him going, if you just want to run the ball today, run the ball. But if you want Deshaun to get comfortable throwing, then this is what you got to do. And just see where he's at. Like, the thing that concerned me in the Colts game wasn't the throws. The throws didn't concern me. I could care less about if those throws are good or not. What concerned me in that Colts game was the fact that he cleared the pocket for no reason 2 times in a row, which forced him into some bad situations. Like, is he going to stay calm? Is he going to stay in the pocket? Is he going to not have happy feet? Those are the things that I want to see today. And I want to see a little bit of progress on. Absolutely, for sure. Is my ticker working? Hey, shout out to Hustle CLE. Says Flavor Aid family, we in the building. I need the merch gang. Yeah, I saw it, Mike. You was door dashing in my boy G Bush's hoodie. I saw it. Now I gotta steal his money and rip him off.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the U.S.
All right, man.
The All You Can Be. Best Buy. Aimbot. KFC's new $20 fill-up box. It's finger licking.
What a beautiful day to be out on the lake. Very, very late wind. And tough starting field position here for Deshaun Watson as they will begin just outside their own 10-yard line. Watson out last week after having the shoulder injury 2 weeks ago in Indianapolis. Watson looked physically.
Good run.
Once again, this is Jerome.
There we go. Good run. Way to start first down.
Injury last week. So here comes Deshaun Watson. Remember the original injury he sustained here week 3, so 6 weeks ago on the calendar against Tennessee game, and he really started to show some signs.
He did, and we also were there for the game against Indianapolis, and he was also confident going into that game as far as the shoulder was concerned. But again, we all saw it. He didn't look right. But you do have to believe now that everybody in the building fully believes that he is ready to go.
Here, you saw Nick Harris lining up as a fullback, something that we've seen a ton of with this offense this season.
All right, 3rd and 4. Little short run.
Have nowhere to go. Offensive starters for Cleveland. DeJuan Jones, their rookie right tackle, was a question mark this week, dealing with shoulder injury, but he is up, and that is good news. Jedrick Boyle still dealing with multiple injuries, foot, ankle ailments. And one other notable note today, no David Bell, who's been quiet in this offense.
Hey, hit more on this whip route. You know it's coming. Oh, they're sliding right. Guessed right there. Good throw. There we go. Hey, good awareness there by Watson. That's more or less what you want to see, right? Nice awareness, didn't take the hit, set up the protections right, and was able to get that ball out cleanly here to Jerome Ford. Nothing too difficult, right? Gets flushed, stays until he has to leave, and then when he leaves, he makes the smart decision not to take the hit himself.
Deshaun Watson could have easily ran for that first down, but much easier to give it to Ford and let him do the rest of the work.
Long setback is Ford. Watson's going to throw. Feels the pocket start to muddy. Rolls out as
The throw. There we go. Is there going to be a penalty on us?
Flag thrown here. This one's going to be coming back. Looks like a hold against the Browns. Holding. Number 71. Offense.
All right, Jed. Come on, man. Come on, Jed.
Mentioned his injuries, missing practice.
See it. Let's see it before we get mad.
Wipes away 7-yard pass play.
Let's see it. Show me the replay.
About this Arizona defense, but not a lot of marquee players. Of course, you got Buda Baker, the All-Pro in the back end. But last week they limited Baltimore to under 270 total yards. They held Lamar Jackson to a season-long passing yard surge and really gave them a chance.
Who in the game? Kareem?
Consider what the Ravens and Jackson did to Detroit the week before. Really
Time out.
good performance by his defense.
And now Deshaun is going to burn a timeout, seeing something that he didn't like. So a good start with the long play to Ford, but then penalty, and you have to burn a timeout here as the operation hits a bit of a bumpy road.
Don't know why we have James Prochet return the kicks, by the way. All right, we back.
So Cleveland hits the reset button and get the offense reorganized. First and 20 out to the penalty. That's Kareem Hunt's reset and lining up a split out at the bottom of the picture. Watson again from the gun. Fires over the middle. And it's that was deflected as it tries to thread the needle to David Njoku, and Kaiser White was there as he stepped into the passing lane for the Cardinals. This is where the Browns sit in the AFC North standings, the only game back of the Ravens in the loss column, which are both Baltimore and Pittsburgh having a game at hand.
And you think about just all of the ups and downs this season. I really credit for Kevin Stefanski and his staff for really holding it.
1-1 top. Look at it, peek at it.
Different quarterback fluctuations that they've had to deal with.
It's not there.
Watson is not protected well, throws across his
Kareem.
It's incomplete. So they just don't have that sharpness here at the start. The penalty arch threw him off a little bit as Hunt wasn't a.
Hey, you get pushed behind the sticks, it takes you out your opening script, and it's going to be uncomfortable on that first drive. You can't get a holding call there, though.
3 games. You think about who the Browns have played. It was San Francisco, Indianapolis, and then Seattle. They all play similar defenses. The Cardinals do things much different. And so this offense has basically played against the same defense for the last 3 games. They do a lot of disguising, so I do think it's going to be a feeling out process for the Browns.
Watson over the middle, low pass. Njoku makes the catch. Njoku to the 40 is going to be well short of the line of the game. Well played by the back end of that Cardinals secondary. Jalen Thompson among the tacklers, so they pick up 15. And Kevin Stefanski is going to send out his punt team.
All right.
And one thing for the Cardinals that, their secondary has been a little bit up and down this year. They've had some injuries. But now that you get Buda Baker back and Jalen Thompson back and the rookie Garrett Williams, really, that makes this a pretty strong secondary. They still have to get more consistency on the outside, but those 3 safeties are quite the trio.
Here's Corey Bojorquez.
Get a good punt here.
Hunter with Dortch back deep at around his 15-yard line. High punt. Dortch is going to play it. Punts back. Unable to break the initial tackle, and he is chopped down just shy of the 20. Fields, good open field special teams tackle. Still looking for our first points. A brilliant sunshiny day here in Cleveland.
Good.
All right. Honestly, from a Deshaun standpoint, that's fine. He hasn't had to throw the ball that far. You want to get him warmed into the game. You don't want to have him start out and throw the ball 50 yards his first game back from a throwing shoulder injury. So I think that they're playing this very smart, that they're letting him ease into the game, and he's easing his way into the game. I felt like that was what they didn't do for him in Indianapolis, and what led to that being or feeling like the disaster that it felt like was that they kind of put him out here in these bad situations and the bad down and distances, told him to throw the ball deep, and then like obviously it wasn't working out. And I think he even realized that that was part of the issue, is that his first two throws were like 45 plus yard throws. Now he's keeping it a lot more simple, taking what's there, going what's in front of him. Obviously, you would want more out that drive. A Jed Wills holding call brings that back and puts you behind the sticks. But still, I think this is feeling a lot more of a functional game plan and a sustainable game plan than what it felt like the last time that we saw Deshaun out there. Sneakerhead says this feels like the Texans game last year. I would hard disagree with that. Hard disagree with that. Wait, what are you guys like really like being serious right now? Chat can't be serious right now. Like are you guys just being like disingenuous at this point? Like, I'm not tripping, right? Like that wasn't a bad. Yeah, it's just a holding call, got you behind the sticks. You got to 1st and 20, and like what 90% of drives that get 1st and 20s like that don't succeed. Like that's just what happened there. I know people ain't freaking out about that, right? Like yeah, he went 2 of 4 for 32 yards in that drive. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what is going on? All right. Where's Darden? I don't know. Ray Rag says sucks. Getting a nice 15-yard play on 3rd down means nothing because of the hold. Yep. Okay, just run him out of bounds.
32 runs out of bounds, picks up 1, maybe 2. Was Darius Smith giving chase? As we take a look at our next gen stats, how about EWS?
Well, the advantage you have against going against the Browns defense is you know what they're going to do. They're going to be in man-to-man coverage a lot. But there's a reason why they are so good. Look at that opponent completion percentage. Denzel Ward on one side, and Martin Emerson really has been playing exceptionally well in man coverage opposite Denzel Ward.
Oh, wow. My God. There we go. This is more like it. This is more like it. When this defensive line gets pressure, we're unstoppable in the back end.
To use the tight end, Jeff Swain, number 87, to block Shelby Harris coming right up the middle. And that's just a matter of, I think it's geometry, right? It's just a shorter line for Shelby Harris to get up there. Much too far to expect the tight end to make that block.
Oh, he fumbled. He fumbled. Ah, come on.
Making his Cardinals debut. They just signed him to their 53-man roster a couple of days ago with the injury to Damian.
Appreciate the super chats, by the way. Why are they not popping up?
For the Cardinals, they're going to punt.
That's one of those series where you know that it's not going to be.
Hey, are the super chats not popping up right now? Is the alert not working?
Texting the offensive coordinator, just get everybody on the sideline, settle down a little bit, make sure you regroup and are ready to start the next series.
Gilligan was back into it here as Prochet is chopped down. Terrific special teams tackled by Joey Blunt. 44 yards in the punt by Gilligan, and Deshaun Watson back onto the field on CBS.
All
right, let's see what happens. Good field position here. Let's see what happens here. All right, he coach is kind of annoying. Yep. That's much better first 2 drives from the defense, right? I told you I felt like you were going to get their best punch. You got a rookie quarterback on the road. That scripted first drive is going to be the best drive the best technical punch that you're going to take from Clayton Tune. After you get them out of their script, you're going to start to see who Clayton Tune actually is. And if you speed the game up on any rookie, they can look bad, especially any rookie in the late rounds. So you speed the game up on him. This is somebody whose last meaningful game he played that counted for something was in the American Conference at Houston. You can speed the game up on him. You speed the game up on him. You get him out that script. You're gonna see a young quarterback right there. So that's what the game plan has been. They was critical of them to get that play on 3rd and 7 in that first drive because they set the tone. They got them to be uncomfortable, and now you've seen that lack of comfort, and it's gonna manifest itself more and more if you continue to keep the pressure on the young fella. So that's what you need to do. Offensively, let's see what Deshaun has. I'm intrigued by what I saw in the first drive. It's not like he had to throw anything deep, but let's not put him in bad situations. Let's continue to get him revved up, warmed up. Let's throw a couple screens here. Let's just try to get, just parse this game out a little bit, Watson has to stay in a clean pocket. That looked like the issue on the Wills hold. Obviously, still can't hold there. I don't think that pocket was clean on the Wills hold. I think Wills held, and that led to the pocket being disrupted. So I think
Cleveland Browns offense back on the field.
There you go. Way to get back to the line.
As he picks up 3.
Yeah, so I don't think that was a clean pocket, to be honest with you.
We can obviously feel the urgency to get back for Cleveland.
Spiro Arch, you can just see it right here on the sideline. Deshaun Watson is walking with a different level of confidence, and he told us yesterday that confidence really comes from the physical. He said starting Monday, he felt better. The velocity on his ball is better. His pain is definitely down. And again, he's just a different guy on the field than what we saw 2 weeks ago in Indianapolis. Spiro?
But Dean, can that confidence now translate into some positivity for this offense?
There it is. Good down. There we go. Good run there.
Deshaun hit forward on that 17-yard first down play, but after that, Arch penalty with a man to burn the timeout. As they try to get this offense back on track, they pick up 9.
Yeah, I believe part of the sluggishness right now in the passing game for the Browns is just Cardinals are really doing a nice job between Baker and Jalen Thompson in disguising.
One high.
I just don't think that at the moment Deshaun Watson is processing it fast enough. So you're seeing him hold the ball a little bit longer than he should because of that Cardinal disguise.
Watson
throw.
Near side of the field.
That was zippy. That had some zip on it, y'all. Zip gang, where y'all at? Where the zip gang at? Zip.
Despite all the instability, Adam, at the quarterback position last week,
That was a little zippy there.
90 yards on 6 catches.
And really, when you look at his game, he's always been known as that route runner. But his game this year has really been down the sideline.
A 3-yard zippy pass. All right, let's get serious.
7 of his 470.
You might want to run an outside tackle. Nope, they're going to throw it. A little screen. Oh, if he breaks that. Good job by a tackle. All right, 3rd and short. Are we in range? Is this 2-down territory? 4-down territory?
That shelved him.
Are we in range? We got 2 to get 5 and 1.
It's a huge play.
Show me the yardage.
Paying attention to the Browns, you know that Njoku is one of the elite ball carriers with the ball in his hand in the NFL. And for Strong to be able to chase him down from behind potentially takes.
They're doing everything but showing me where the fucking ball is. We're kind of in.
Hopkins field goal range would be about a 55-yard attempt from right here.
Stay in there.
Watson probing. Everyone covered initially. Finds 4, but he's going to be short. They do pick up 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, we're going for it.
How does Kevin Stefanski?
We're going for it.
Hopkins has been lights out for him as a field goal kicker this season. Well, it looks like Stefanski, Arch is going to keep his offense on the field.
It's interesting because when you look at, if you look at the numbers in the analytics, when there is a go signal and you know a probability of more than 2%, he goes for it more than any head coach in the National Football League.
Hey, they blitz. Where's your hot?
So what they've done on fourth down this season, 50% clip.
No blitz.
4th and 3. Watson.
Ah.
Incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Jordan Akins. And Watson missed him on the throw.
Really, just this is tremendous job by the.
This is good coverage right here. It should be there. He throws right to the blitz. You want to get that throw low. So that's a fine throw, actually. Yeah, because you want that ball to be low and down because you don't want to throw an interception or something if you miss somebody. So it's what it is. No, it's not a bad throw. That throw is supposed to be down. Atkins should anticipate that. That's supposed to be low. It's a possession throw. You're just trying to get 3 yards, right? You're not trying to get yak. That's a possession throw. You want to throw it down and low so the tight end can slide underneath it, catch it without any probability of that thing bouncing up and being intercepted. Because when you throw outside the numbers for short yardage, if it goes up in the air and it gets caught, that's going to be 6 the other way. So you don't want to throw it high. You want it to go low if you miss. And that's where that is. Yeah, I just think Atkins didn't anticipate it well. And maybe Watson threw it a little bit hard. I think that's if he missed anything, he just threw it a bit hard. He didn't need to throw it as fast because then Atkins couldn't get there on time. But the positioning of it, the position of that ball is fine. Yeah. Let's play defense, man. Let's continue to play defense. If you push them back here, you get good field position again. And try it again. You know what I mean? Again, this is going to be a little bit of a process, right? You don't want to come out here. They made that mistake in Indy. We're going to throw the ball deep right away. How'd that work out? How did that work out? So for those of you who are upset that they're throwing the ball short, like what is the other option? What is the other option? Yeah. I'm fine with this approach. Throw short, get them reacclimated into the game, do what you got to do there. I felt like something was there on third down, but I think he got flushed out before you can get to it. All right, stop this run on first down.
I think it's first to real start. They begin around their 30.
Oh, sack. Is that Miles? Jordan Elliott. So Miles is at 9.
I just love this effort from Jordan Elliott. This an excellent job. Elliott's coming from there.
Hey, look, last week I talked about it. They just did not get pressure from anybody not named Myles Garrett. And I think Jordan Elliott's going to get the full credit on that side.
It just pushes upfield.
Elliott has been terrific. And meantime, Garrett has his 9th sack of the season. So back to the air, another quick trigger release gets to Greg Jones.
All right, this defense is rolling downhill now. All right, this defense is rolling downhill. We're good. We're good. The defense is rolling now. Yeah. They look like themselves right now. That's what I like to see.
First down, and again, the only chance that you have to be successful against this Browns defense is if you put yourself in a.
I think they're going to fold this one and try to go for field position. So I would expect something quick, a draw or something else. I don't think they're going to try to actually get these 18 yards here. Yep.
Exactly what they do here. Screen pass.
Yeah. And it's a hold. It's coming back.
From Browns secondary, Denzel Ward makes the open field tackle on Tony Jones Jr. after a pickup only of 4.
Pass interference. Number 2, offense. Penalties decline. Results of the play. 4th down.
It's Hollywood Brown, Carl Shepard.
All right, we're rolling downhill defense. That's what I like to see.
Second set.
That's what I like to see.
Forced by Kevin Stefanski's defense. Jonathan Gannon knew that this would be difficult with a rookie quarterback who had taken all of one career snap, facing arguably the best defense in the NFL. That has exactly been the case so far. Gilligan's punt. And Prochet standing back deep to the play, just outside his 10-yard line. Prochet, little step. And a nifty little return.
Let them warm into the game, y'all.
Close to the 28-yard line. 17-yard return by Prochet, 56-yard punt. And a tackle by Bobby Price. Late stages, first quarter on CBS.
And there's
Yeah. Yeah, again, I am fine with the dink and dunk approach here in the first quarter with Deshaun. I'm fine with it. I think you got to think about the process as a whole here. You can't just have him come out and throw this ball deep and start ripping it when he ain't thrown the ball in an NFL game more than 3 times in 6 weeks. You got to let him ease back into it. See where he's at the second quarter. Maybe this is the drive you start to try to take a couple shots downfield, but let's have some patience here. Let's let the game ease into itself. You have nothing but time this week because you have a defense that you feel like might be able to possibly keep the Cardinals at 0 for the entire game. So you have patience. You have time. This is why you start Deshaun Watson this week in his first week back, so he can work through this versus a team where you're going to have that time. Think about the big picture. Again, it's something I talked about in the video in the morning. We got to think about this as a process. We can't just expect he's going to drop on the field and be 2020 Deshaun Watson. If he ever gets back to that point, it's going to take 3 weeks until he gets back comfortable again, and maybe 3 more until we see that level of play. We've made this mistake time and time again of just thinking he's going to drop in there day one and throw for 300 yards. We got to stop doing this. Trust the process. He's got to get games. He's got to get reps. He's got to get snaps. We know it's in him. We saw it versus Tennessee. We just got to continue to give him reps so he can get to that comfort point that he was against Tennessee.
First point's been ugly for both offenses, and Deshaun clearly looks like a guy who's trying to knock the rust off.
Yeah, certainly understandable that Arizona is going to have a feeling out process here on the road, but certainly the passing game here for Cleveland not looking very sharp. Credit Arizona's defense for giving a lot of different looks, but really not where you want to be, I think, if you're Kevin Stefanski.
It's a good-looking vest you got on today.
Number 66, Sport is eligible, 66.
I appreciate that.
It's nice to be in Cleveland this time of year, not to have to put the overcoat on. Just a gorgeous day for football. Kevin Stefanski, I'm wondering if his offense can finally get some points. Watson side steps, puts his back in.
There it is. How's the passing offense looking now? See what I tell you? What y'all don't ever listen to me, and I be telling y'all what's about to happen. Y'all don't ever listen. Y'all be making me so mad. I'll be like, oh, I'm telling you, dog.
Job, and they pick on Sterling Thomas outside.
Ever. Oh my goodness. There it is.
Who's running the corner route? He takes Njoku, and then there's nobody back there to cover Amari Cooper. Really a nice job from Deshaun Watson, sidestepping, seeing Cooper down the field.
Let it stay in there, man.
I think that may ease some of the fears and the trepidation from these fans on Deshaun's right arm. Beautiful looking pass that time. Here's Hunt.
Good cut up, Kareem.
It's become really back 1A or 1B with Jerome Ford since the departure of Nick Chubb. Kevin Strong was there on the tackle. Kevin Stefanski talking about his 3 healthy running backs, and he said they all kind of do something well.
Shout out to the people who actually listen in chat. Thank you.
The fact that they're sitting here as the number 2 rushing offense in the NFL without Nick Chubb really tells you a couple things. A, the offensive line is probably pretty good up front, but they have been able to work out this 3-headed combination that served them well.
Fake handoff here to Hunt.
Don't make the big mistake. Don't make the big mistake there.
Leckie thought to among the tacklers. for Arizona. They lose 7. Josh Woods was also there for the Cardinals. 20 seconds. We'll see if Cleveland runs another play here. And again, this Arizona.
Nah, let it die.
They don't have the big
Let it die.
but they just seem to make plays at opportune times to keep this team.
Yeah, they've been solid. Where they've fallen short is they just seem to give up a big.
Rex Fortune says Q about to start his uncle arc, having to nephew everybody who questions him. I mean, like, I think sometimes people just don't take what I'm saying at face value, and that frustrates me, right? Like, I'm not saying things for an agenda. I'm not saying things because I have to do something a certain way. I'm saying things because these are like, it's reasonable to think this. And then I get responses that try to make me feel like I'm unreasonable for being reasonable about the situation. That's it. Like, we knew they were going to ease them into this game, but like, people are already complaining about the first 2 drives. What you thought he was going to do? They realized the mistake they made, and Indy was like, hey, we're going to come out and have you throw the ball for 40 yards downfield on the first play. That was a mistake. Like, they have to learn from their mistakes. We have to learn from our mistakes. But they expect some level of process in this. Now, you would like to finish this drive, but, you know, again, it's like we don't be learning from what be happening, and then we just be mad. I'm trying to learn from what we saw. Hopefully we can score here, though. That'd be dope. These commercial breaks feel long today. Somebody said run the ball. It is 3rd and 14, brother. No, it's not even 3rd and 7. It's 3rd and 14. Run the ball. No, don't run the ball. What are you talking about?
Start of the second quarter here at Cleveland. In the first quarter numbers. Not much in the way of total offense for the Cardinals to this point. Browns have moved the ball a little bit. They just got their first big play on a 59-yard pass. Watson to Cooper. It's a big 3rd and long here. Watson takes a snapshot of the defense away from the gun. It's around 4.
Hey, Buddha's hiding there. That's actually 2. That's 2. Look at Buddha. It's 2. Yep. Good tackle. All right, kick the field goal.
One of the best in the sport, Buddha Baker. I tell you what, that is an exceptional open field tackle.
Njoku could have scored on that if he doesn't make that tackle. Buddha Baker, great job there. Because look, there's nobody in front of him. There is nobody who even comes into frame as he gets tackled. Like that might have scored. He knows it.
They did not account.
Yep.
For Buddha nowhere.
Good call. It just got blown up. Better defensive play.
A couple of Browns fans in this stadium that may disagree with that play call, especially considering it was.
That was a good play call. He had a chance to score on it.
Dustin.
That's the flag. False start. All right, back it up 5. Kick it again.
Hopkins, NFC Special Teams Player of the Week a few weeks back. As we wait the call here from Carl Jeffers.
Offside defense.
Oh,
Decline.
okay.
Field goal is successful.
So Kevin Stefanski will keep the points.
Oh.
Now this was the pass that put him in business to Sean.
That was a beauty.
Andre finding his stud wide receiver Amari Cooper.
There we go.
Got the first points. PK Williams.
Yeah. It's better. Let's keep playing defense. Let's keep playing defense. I use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. You want out, baby?
You don't know the back rows.
I don't want to be late to the party.
I'm gonna save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
You're on the fastest route.
Those are the people who know safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Rated E to F.
On 3, tell us where you think you're going. 1, 2, 3.
Get up to $1,000 on a Disney Dining promo card with a 5-night, 4-day non-discounted room and ticket package at select Disney Resort hotels.
Full-time fans, your devotion always delivers. And you deserve it from the Lord. Modelo, remarkable fighter. The virus that causes shingles is sleeping in 99% of people over 50, and it could strike at any time. Think you're not at risk? Wake up, because
All right. Yeah, it was a much better drive. You got the 59-yard chunk play. I thought the screen to Njoku was a fine call. Buda Baker just makes an incredible play, stops it. I think it really had a chance to get the 14, if not score there, given how good David Njoku is off yak. Hey, man, sometimes great players make great plays, and that was one of those situations where a good player made a great play. But all in all, you know, you got 3 points. You got what you wanted out that drive, and you hope to continue to see more of that as this game goes on. So.
We kick by Hopkins, sails through the end zone, and here comes Clayton Tune as they begin at the 25. Archie's not your typical rookie in that he is seasoned. 5 years at Houston, his last 2 prolific seasons there. 24 years of age, he was the 9th quarterback taken in the draft.
Well, he's playing a lot of ball, and he was highly productive. You see just the touchdown production. What's a little bit unique about Clayton Tune is he's got some pro-style experience, meaning he's played quite a bit under the center. And he's actually operated and called plays in the huddle, which it doesn't it seem like a lot, but that's kind of a big deal for rookie quarterbacks in their learning curve in the NFL.
Handoff here with a dunk.
Good play. Good technique. Good technique, Martin. Great technique.
This day and age, with the way that they play that spread offense in college, it's saying something for a rookie quarterback to have that experience playing out of a huddle.
Great technique there.
But the other thing about Tune, he's very emotionally stable. It's one thing that everyone we talk to mentioned in our conversations this week.
Yeah, and just
They're in 11.
practice goes,
They're in 11.
The way they practice,
They're in 11.
being the number 2 quarterback the entire season is that he has had a lot of reps, first the 1s and the 2s. So it's not like he's just been on the practice squad and scout team.
Good job. Jordan Elliott again.
Yes.
Jordan Elliott. Oh, are they going to call a penalty on that? Are you kidding me?
Himself a day in his first half. He had the sack earlier, but this could be potentially a face mask as they launched forward.
Personal foul, face mask, number 96, defense, 15-yard penalty.
Don't know about that one.
Boy, that's a bad break for Cleveland, and could that be the opening and the break that the Cardinals have been looking for?
Yeah, especially when you do such a good job of beating your matchup. And you see the right hand on the face mask right there. But you do.
Oh, no, man. Like, you can't call that every time somebody
A
touches
lot of
it, but
times it's just luck or bad luck. Your hand ends up on the face mask, and you end up giving them a big play.
Automatic first down. They push him out to the 40-yard line.
picked off. There it is. All right, good face mask. Good face mask. Yeah.
Well, Sparrow, it was gifted by the overthrow, but this is an athletic interception.
Air Ward, baby. Air Ward.
NFL football, Little Caesars, and my lucky chair. I'm not changing anything.
Darrow gets it. He knows the four-quarter calzone from Little Caesars is officially delicious.
Pizza.
Rated M for mature.
It's a battle of perception. Makarov writing his own rules.
We stand.
Why is this monitor not working?
Show them the meaning of true power.
Available November 10th. Reorder and play the campaign now.
Bro, this is pissing me off.
Aren't you glad you got the titanium iPhone 15 Pro at T-Mobile? I see that.
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us now, and the freedom to upgrade every year.
Am I gonna get that back?
Nope.
Those new tiles are falling right into place until you run out of what are the
We're going to get to these super chats while we in the commercial breaks, by the way. Jonathan Knowles says, nice connection with Coop. The defense is nasty. Good, GG. Steven says, some of the people in the chat are very unrealistic. It's like they never play football. Note to people in the chat, Madden is not real football. I don't know if people are purposely being unrealistic or if people just like are starting from a very uncharitable place and acting as if they have these like unrealistic expectations just so they can say, see, they didn't live up to it. Like, you know, it seems like sometimes people want to prove a point more than like evaluate what's going on. I think sometimes this is what goes on in chat.
That's an active military eat free this Veterans Day. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Rated M for mature. And by the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Downtown Cleveland, as Denzel Ward has his second pick of the season, one of the elite corners in the NFL.
All right, let's get it going, man.
Thrown pass. One injury update from the Cardinals. Even telling us that Zaven Collins is being evaluated for a concussion here.
Good cut.
Nifty little run. Pierre Strong able to cross his way inside the 45. Arch, take us back to the pick.
Well, it's pretty simple. You got Brown down here, and then Ward is covering him. And you talk about getting more out of the quarterback position. This is about as easy as it gets. You're going to see Brown, he's wide open against off coverage. You've got to be able to make the routine throws. And Sparrow, I said, that interception. You know how many corners, your eyes are locked on the receiver. To have that reaction skill.
All right, 2nd and 5 here.
Just to pick up that ball is tremendous play by Ward.
Ward is something else.
All right, Deshaun, let's get it.
Ability and talent that he has as strong and stopped there by Kevin Strong, who has his third tackle already this first half. 3rd and 5.
I would go for it, honestly, here.
You know, if you're both teams,
And if I'm going for it, I would run here if you want to go for it.
This would be a disappointment if you have to run if you're Kevin Stefanski. But on the other side, to the Cardinals, great chance to make a stop. 3rd and 5, Watson tucks it away, and he takes a hard hit. Short of the line of the game.
Let's go for that.
What an open field play by Dante Stills, who's starting to make some big plays for this Arizona defense.
Let's go for that.
First multi-set game of his career last week. And on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski, Arch keeping his offense on the field again.
Yeah.
See, all right?
Remember the last time they went for it on 4th down, Jonathan Gannon and Nick Rollins, they came with a weak side blitz and forced Watson to get rid of the football.
There you go, Kareem. Good job, Reem. Way to keep the drive alive. Way to run it, Deshaun. Way to keep the ball.
Offensive line to strap it up. Make some blocks up front. Keep it simple. 1st down Browns.
Now, I feel bad for Kaiser White because he's going to get 2 offensive linemen leading up on him, and that's both of the guards. That's Nick Harris, the center, and Wyatt Teller. That's what they call a mismatch, Spiro. A big weight disadvantage in your Kaiser White, but really a nice play design by Kevin Stefanski.
First set of the honest Watson from the gun face to Hunt.
Just run it. Get out of bounds.
That's where he's been so lethal in his career. Lucky Phil, too, escorts him out of bounds. As Deshaun trying to find some rhythm within this Browns offense. Again, crazy to think this is only Deshaun's 11th start with the Cleveland Browns, but once you consider that contract and the pressure, you knew what he was signing up for. He's got to start to figure this out for this franchise.
But it seems like this season, every game is his first start. Really, the way it's kind of worked out.
Wildcats here with Hunt lining up to take the direct snap.
Good cut up. Good job. Good job, Reem. Reem's so solid right now, man.
First and 1 on this drive alone.
Now left the center, Ethan Posick on this play. Number 55, how he's able to get this angle. You're going to see everybody stretch it to the right side, but it's really Posick. He's able to get that angle, and then Hunt sees it. He's going to the side, sees the hole, gets his shoulders downhill, and then goes straight at that Cardinal defense. Really an excellent job up front by the offensive line.
Yeah, Posick, what an acquisition. Former second-round pick of Seattle. Was terrific. One of the headliners up front for this Cleveland offensive line. Paris again lines up in the backfield. Lead blocker here for Hunt. As Hunt ducks close to the 20.
2nd and 8.
And Art, you alluded to it earlier. You have to give Kevin Stefanski credit. This offensive line, everyone wondered what this Browns offense would look like, especially the run game after they lose such a massive piece like Chubb. But it's been pretty incredible to watch.
Well, think about it. Who have they played? San Francisco, pretty good run defense, at least when they played them, right? Last week, Seattle, number 6 rushing defense in the National Football League. And so, if there's one thing you know about the Browns, with or without Nick Chubb, they're gonna figure out how to run the ball.
On 2nd down.
Good run, Reem. 3rd and 1.
Piggyback ride as he is very close to the first down marker. He used to be a little bit short. But look at what they've done. This is since 2020, since Kevin Stefanski came into the fold. Remember, they lost Chubb week 2, that devastating knee injury. But just unbelievable consistency with their ground attack.
And you know what you miss, though? Is
They actually run the ball more now than they did last year.
that big play at just the right time.
Home run ability. Hunt looking for more. Hunt here this first thing and more.
Free Hunt is just such a good short yardage back, man. He's such a good short yardage back.
With 3 more hard-fought yards for Cleveland.
Yeah, and really, last week I know there was a big talk about Kareem Hunt and not seeing the ball in the 4th quarter, but really I think started to look more like himself. 14 carries, 55 yards, led the Browns in rushing, and really in this game so far, really looking good running the ball.
Hey, you might get one-on-one. No, watch Buddha, watch Buddha, watch Buddha, watch Buddha.
She gets a breather now.
Yep.
Harris lines up. There's that chip blocker.
That's fine.
Clear path.
That's fine.
He's barely able to get beyond the line of scrimmage. As we come up on the 7-minute mark of the 2nd quarter in Cleveland.
You look up front, and you can see there is a concerted effort, really, to go to the run game right now by the Browns. And so if you're the Cardinals, you've got to figure out a way to do something that you really haven't been able to do a lot this year, and that's generate negative plays in the run game. They have the least amount of negative plays generated by their front in the NFL.
11 play to drive for the Browns that began at the Arizona 49.
Yeah.
Looking past the
Oh, he got it. Touchdown. Hey, living right. There it is.
Oh, does that remind you of a play, Spirit? Last week, Seattle almost except. Dante Stills does a really good job of getting his hands up. And look at, not only does the ball go
Great focus, Coop.
to the end zone. Last week, a heartbreaker. That goes to Seattle at the end of the game. This week, it goes to Amari Cooper.
They say sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah.
Amari was both of those on that play.
There it is.
What a half Amari's Cooper is putting together, point after, but
Man, lucky. Who cares? Sometimes you get lucky. He got lucky. There it is. Hey, lucky or not, it's a touchdown. There it is.
at North.
Love that Coop called it too. Way to focus in on that, Coop. Way to focus in on that. Great shit. Good shit. Good shit. Hey man, you wasn't mad at luck last. You was mad at luck last week. You can't be mad when it go your way. Great focus on that, man. Great focus. Yeah, the guy was mean mugging a touchdown. Like, that's just somebody who wants to find reasons to be upset. That don't make no sense, right? I cannot get my monitor to work. This is driving me. Luck is part of the game, man. If we get to the fourth with a significant lead, do you take Deshaun Watson out or keep him in for more reps? I think he needs more reps, but whatever you want to do. Like, I'm not going to be upset if they decide to take him out a little bit.
Browns gets our first touchdown of the day with Hopkins kicking one through the back of the end zone yet again.
Let's continue this. Hey, defense, don't put your foot off the gas. Look the ad. Look the ad.
The NFL is streaming on Paramount Plus all season long, right through Super Bowl 58, including next week's must-see matchups. You can try it for free today. So the rookie back onto the field, 4-7, just 17 yards and a pick. How does he respond here? Steps up in the pocket, a little cover, 2, tucks it away, slides forward, close to the 30. Tackled there by Dalvin Tomlinson. Davidi, what are you seeing on the field?
That Clayton Tune is exactly who he told us he would be, which is very consistent and not getting too high, not getting too low. Even after that interception, he was a little frustrated with himself, but the way he came to the sideline, even-faced, told his teammates, I'll be okay.
All right, Davidi, how does he fare now with this crowd bearing down on second down?
There it is. 3rd and 5. Let's get him off the field.
Drew Petzing told us they spoke this week about his emotions and where he thinks he will be emotionally.
Chris Baker says that was a great catch, Quincy. Great concentration to catch that ball. Yep, I agree. Why is this not working? I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Palatable 3rd and 5, 2 immediate play, slings it near.
Oh, good throw. Good throw.
Rondale Moore, he had a strike, but there is a marker thrown at the 42-yard line. It's a play of 26, but is it coming back?
Well, they might get Brown for an illegal pick, but I don't believe it should be called.
Number 2, offense.
Wow, it's again? Wow. Wow. Wow.
I like this call, Spiro, because watch if Hollywood Brown, he's going to come inside. Where's the pitch?
Wow.
I don't know how you could possibly make that call.
It had to be on somebody else.
Play for the Cardinals. Who finally in 3rd down get something positive and bring it back by a fancy call.
wipes away a 26-yard first down connection. Two, everyone covered initially, rolls out, and he's just going to run out of bounds well short of the first down mark.
All right, get it back.
Arch is just a killer. So Jonathan Gannon
Finally got my monitor working.
and he's going to have a conversation down on the field, but
Well, the conversation is not going to get him very far. But really, a good play design to use more. We know what kind of exceptional speed he has to get him open, and beautiful touch pass for Clayton Tune, but they have to bring it back.
so even with the play not counting, you wonder if that just gives the rookie some confidence that he can make some plays. As Gillikin with a terrific punt here, fielded by Proche inside his 20.
Hey, Proche kind of decent back there. I ain't gonna lie.
Zigzags his way up the sideline and gets some good starting field position. 55 yards on the punt, 13 on the return by Proche. Reminder to keep it here. The Verizon halftime report comes your way next. We'll get you to the guys in these.
Now, if only I could figure out why these super chats aren't coming in. Like, did they change the URL for the alert box? Let me see.
So David Collins,
ID.
head injury, is back on the field. Let's begin at the 30. Fourth, look at the
Jerome, just a little bit too patient there, waiting for that crease to form on the outside. He kind of took his time getting there.
Well, you go back to what your identity is, and that's Kareem Hunt.
Hey, it's Austin with 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, it's Austin, and appreciate the 5 people who will be getting gifted these memberships. Shout out to you, bro.
Tip ball that just happens to travel 20 yards in the air for Amari Cooper to get that touchdown.
See what they've done. Kevin Stefanski's offense in the first 4 possessions. The Joker and Mojo.
Ooh, what happened? What happened on that? Was it deflective?
Watson maybe lost his footing just on the release.
Well, you see his footwork. Watch his footwork.
He slipped. He slipped. Okay, he slipped.
Did he slip? Or
Yeah, he slipped.
Good foundation. And that was a very awkward pass. Still, we saw.
He took a couple hits on that last drive.
Indianapolis game, didn't we? Just didn't seem to come out. Not really seem to be in sync.
See what they've done on third down so far. Deshaun has been good in this game. Flushed out. Here they come. Watson throws, and it's incomplete.
Okay.
For 4 on the sideline. So the Cardinals keep them to a 3rd.
That ball went where he wanted it to.
Good pressure that time applied by Jalen Thompson, making Watson uncomfortable.
Boy, I really feel, look at this. And the pocket was there. I believe he had it. And I couldn't quite tell exactly what receiver that was. But he's going to come open, and there's an opportunity. That's Elijah Moore. And so if he just keeps his eyes there, they're going to have an opportunity for a big play down the field.
Marquez on the punt. Dortch backpedaling. He is going to play it at his 10-yard line. Dortch zigzags his way across the 20, gets out close to the 24-yard line. 60-yard punt by Marquez, 19 on the return. Let's check in with the deep.
Sparrow Arch may have been talking
Zachary says the bars out here in Arizona are real quiet. Damn, that's a shame.
different kind of big opportunity this week.
That's a shame.
Hosted the best kind of fashion show, a Halloween themed one. Pediatric cancer patients served by the Littlest Heroes Foundation and the Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital came out to this stadium just this week. The kids danced, they went trick-or-treating, and they, of course, walked the runway alongside Browns players, and everyone's hero was in costume.
And putting a smile on most kids' faces, nothing better.
Good job. Good job, Grant. Saw that one coming.
Who's been all over the place.
There we go.
And this Browns defense.
Ain't nothing but love for you, Q, and everyone in here. Yep, appreciate you. It's Austin.
Front playing exceptionally well with penetration. You saw Garrett there first, and then
Thank you, man. Appreciate that again.
Again, the cat-like reflexes.
Woo.
I want to make a play. Why don't you pitch me, Coach Schwartz?
Oh, Miles got held. Yeah, it's coming back. That's coming back. That's coming back. Miles got hands to the face or held. It's 10 or 15. That's coming back.
Potential hole.
That's a massive hole.
DJ Humphries.
No, that's a no. Adam Archuleta doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Just a little bit early, but
It's hands to the face.
he is so good. He is the fastest get off in the NFL.
Number 74.
What is Adam Archuleta talking about? This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Listen to this. Look at
How did he not see that?
this is why it caused the hold. Watch how fast Garrett gets out.
Yeah,
He gets
and then obvious hold
it
there.
really looked like much of a hold there. Did it?
Show the reverse angle. He holds his face mask.
That DJ Humphries just can't humanly possibly get out of his stance and stay square. So it forces him to open up his hips, and there's nobody better. Once you get your hips open, then Garrett being
All right, 2nd and 23.
It's a good matchup. Humphries, of course, a Pro Bowler a couple of years ago. 2nd and 23 after the penalty. Quick shadow track.
None.
Complete near side to Hollywood Brown. So they're going to be facing
Job.
long. As this one will likely take us down to the 2-minute warning as the Cardinals operate with 3 timeouts here. And as they continue to search for their first points.
Hey, DJ Humphries is fighting for his life right now, dog.
2-minute warning.
Like, he's fighting for his life right now. Oh, man. He is fighting for his life. My goodness. Yeah, by the way, remember what I told you during the week? I was like, you can always tell when a play-by-play announcer does not like, not a play-by-play announcer, a color announcer does not like the quarterback on the other team for whatever reason, right? Sometimes it's because the interview went bad. Sometimes it's because of a personal thing, but you can always tell because these dudes don't ever get out the all 22 tape during the broadcast for the quarterbacks that they like, right? You watch Joe Burrow, you watch Pat Mahomes, you watch Josh Allen, you don't ever see them crack out that all 22. But when they crack out that all 22 on your quarterback, you notice Clayton Tune been playing all kind of awful. Adam Archuleta has not felt the need to crack out the all 22 tape, right? And to tell you exactly what he feels like could have been thrown here. But when it comes to a quarterback you don't like, oh, you cracking out that all 22 on the broadcast, dog. Like, you gonna try to get everybody you can to get against this dude. Like, that is what, if you ever notice it, that is one of the biggest tricks in the color commentator's hand. Is to, in the color commentator's bag, to go in there and start breaking down film in the middle of a game. Like, the only guy who doesn't do it disingenuously, I think, is what's his name? He played for the Detroit Lions. He ran out the back of the end zone. That guy. That's his gimmick is the whole tape thing, right? But Adam Archuleta, like, I've watched millions of broadcasts with him. I've only started to see him break out that all 22 tape when Baker started being an asshole and when they got the shot here, right? Like, when it was Case Keenum week, that all 22 tape was not coming out on the broadcast. That is hilarious.
Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Dan Orlovsky, yes.
All day here in Cleveland, which is score 10-0 Browns.
I just think that's one of the most hilarious things you'll see. All right, 3rd and 19. Get them off the field here. We got 2 timeouts.
That would be about it. I wouldn't attempt to do too much.
Clayton Tune making his first big mistake on the pick earlier.
Pressure. Oh, right into Dalvin Tomlinson.
For the upgrade,
Thanos.
tackle spot in the offseason.
Adam is for Arizona. He wants the Cardinals to win. He played in the league so long, it's hard for me to believe he still got a team. You know what I mean? Like, when you play in the league, you don't really got teams anymore.
I feel that coming around the edge. Yeah, they're going to attempt to double him.
No, I just don't think he likes. I just think he doesn't like Deshaun Watson. Like, I just think that's the more obvious solution. Is, yeah, he's from Arizona, but I don't think he's rooting for the Cardinals. Like, I just think he doesn't like Deshaun Watson. This is why he's doing that.
Negative yards in this half for the Arizona Cardinals.
4th 3 and out that they have forced. What did Jim Schwartz tell us a couple of weeks ago about Myles Garrett? He's in a sports car, the way he can corner. Just unbelievable body control for a man his size. Seems like we said it.
North South. North South.
Couple of tackles. We got a late flag. It's thrown back at the Cleveland 45. So a 56-yard punt by Gillikin, 20 on the return. One of the newest members of the Cleveland Browns.
Holding. Number 28.
Boo.
It's Mike Ford Jr., the man penalized, and then wipes away a nifty return. We'll break back in 30 seconds after this.
Sometimes just ordering lunch can be a lot for young homeowners turning into their parents.
Okay, man. It's like a science project.
So what can I get you for a base?
What is a base? I'm falling behind already.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Ready for Walmart Black Friday deals? Get this Barbie playset.
Whew. All right, good start here, man. You got 1:44 left. You're probably not going to get great field position. See if you can get a first down here. If you get a first down, this set of plays, then try to push it downfield, get a field goal here. I think you also get the ball to start the second half too. So.
Arizona Cardinals. So the penalty pushes the Browns back just inside the 35.
Okay, we got good field position. Yeah, we got to go get this.
Left and buck 43 on the clock.
Check it down.
Steps up, low pass, again, a little bit off target as he gets it to Ford, but he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage by Josh Woods. They haven't taken too many chances down the field with the exception of the long completion to Amari Cooper for 59 yards. Watson on second down. Right on
Ooh, that wobbled on him. Oh.
The premature contact. It's incomplete, no flag. Jalen Thompson on the coverage against Marquise Goodwin. Archer was an ugly-looking pass as we have an injured Cleveland Browns.
Jed's down.
Looks like that's their left tackle, Jedrick Wills. And as the Browns have to take their final timeout here.
Well, I think what saves Jalen.
Yeah, that wasn't pass interference. He didn't. He was going for the ball. He wasn't making a move at Goodwin's body.
His intentions.
Yeah.
Are 100% on the ball.
That's not pass interference. That's not pass interference.
On their starting left tackle Wills, as the athletic trainers come onto the field.
All right, let's hope Jed's all right.
CBS Wednesday.
Who's gonna be the backup? Who's the backup? Is it going to be James Hudson or is it going to be the guy that got off 49ers practice squad? I think it's going to be James. Y'all think y'all tired of James? All right, let's see what y'all like James Hudson doing out there. Let's see. Don't ever celebrate nobody's injuries, by the way. Don't do that in my chat. I don't fuck with that at all. I don't care who gets injured. Don't ever celebrate somebody's injury. If you celebrate somebody's injury, you're out of here. That's the warning for everybody.
39 snaps in the game in Seattle is now inserted at left tackle. 3rd and 9 with Watson probing the defense. Here they come. Watson gets it out.
Oh, that was behind.
Again, unable to connect with Njoku. There's another flag thrown, and now Deshaun Watson late to get to his feet.
Additional foul. Roughing the passer. Number 97 defense. 15-yard penalty on that. First down.
What a huge call. That's Cameron Thomas whistled. And just a killer for the Cardinals as they were about to get off the field with their defense.
Yeah, and again, I don't. How many steps did he take? But there was no helmet to helmet in the head or neck area. And look, I hate to be the guy that
Let's get through this one.
want to see penalties or throw the flag, but I just feel like I don't really know what you could have called right there on Cameron Thomas.
Well, it's a new world in the NFL. And it gives Cleveland some new life. There are no timeouts left in their back pocket to show.
It's off again.
At this time, looking for the tight end Akins.
All right, calm him down. Give him something easy.
Let's bring in Gene quickly. Gene's territory. Gene, take us through that last play, the roughing the passer.
Even though the hit is not significant, it is a step thing, and it's a 2 steps. If you're taking 2 when that ball is released, you're going to get called for roughing the passer. That's something they stay with very strict, regardless of the amount of contact.
Settle in here.
Contact there that rises the level. We saw 2 steps flag. They'll support that always.
We appreciate the insight as always from Gene Starr, total rules analyst. So 1:11 left in a half. Back to the ground game here with Jerome Ford as he picks up 1, maybe a yard and a half. And that clock running, 60 seconds left with Kevin Stefanski out of timeouts. Don't you wonder what he's thinking? Watson doesn't look really sharp, especially here down the stretch of the quarter. How many chances does Stefanski want to take to see where the target line is for the field goal right around the 40? Watson.
There you go. Call timeout. Spike it, spike it, spike it.
Clock it unless you feel really good about your play and trying to keep, Arizona's defense off balance. Looks like they're taking a lot of time here.
Cedric Tillman in motion, 1st and 10. Watson.
That was a drop.
Incomplete. Through the hands.
All right, one play here. One play here. One play here.
As they face a 2nd and 10.
Let's take a shot.
Here, the Verizon halftime report next. JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, and Coach Cowher standing by to get you caught up around the league on the Verizon halftime report. Arch, take me to the minus the fan.
I honestly think it's better that Jerome dropped that ball because if he catches it, gets 3 yards and the clock goes and we got the spike and it's 3rd down. I think you.
But you got to be very fast with your operation. Look for something towards the side.
And do you go over the middle, so they've got a hurry here. With Elijah Moore, Cardinals are screaming that it was incomplete. It is ruled a completion, 1st down. As Watson quickly gets into the line of scrimmage, so they pick up 11 to Moore. And that gets them in a very favorable spot for their kicker, Dustin Hopkins.
That's caught. That's caught. Yeah, it's caught.
So apparently the replay center called down prior to the snap.
Is that?
So we want to take a look at this.
What does that mean with the time, though? No, it's a catch. 1, 2.
So he's not going to the ground, in my opinion. He's able to take a couple steps.
Yeah, it's a catch.
So I don't believe, I've been wrong a couple times.
The ball didn't even move.
I don't believe it's a surviving the ground type call. I believe that he does have possession while getting 2 steps before you see that ball hit the ground.
So we are within 2 minutes. So everything is triggered from upstairs. Call to the field is a completion. Let's bring in Gene. Gene, how do you see this?
Really impressed with the way Arch described that one, Spiro, and I agree with him. I think when Moore possesses the football, he's upright. He actually takes a 3rd step. If we see this here, we see possession, right foot, left foot, and then we see the 3rd step, the right foot, which makes him a runner. Yes, the ball does hit the ground, but it's in his possession, and I think he's finalized the process of the catch, in my opinion, there. So I don't think, and the ball really doesn't move. I think you got slight movement. But I agree with the catch on the play.
Gene, if this is upheld and it's ruled a catch, how do they handle the clock?
Well, they've ruled a catch on the field, so they had a running clock. So then replay would have waited until the snap was imminent to initiate a review. It will be a running clock because the status was a running clock. The referee's going to let the quarterback know, though, listen, I'm going to wind the clock here. So he'll be deliberate in the sense that he'll wait for the offense
All right, come on.
to get up under the center or the snap being imminent.
Are we going to have 10 or are we going to have 10 or 5? 10 or 5?
Appreciate it. By the way, no need to patronize Arch as he goes.
Are we going to have 10 or 5?
You might want to go
10 seconds or 5 seconds.
again and see if you want to.
It's just the 2 steps, Arch. You can't take the 2 steps, you know?
Don't ever challenge Chiefs territory again.
I don't know, it's taking this so long. I guess they're looking at the clock now.
Field again, the call on the field is
Yeah, they're looking at the clock now to see what to do.
Watson to Elijah Moore. And we get Dustin Hopkins in a really good position for a field goal.
Yeah, they're getting the time.
As this replay review is triggered from the booth.
They're giving the time.
Let's take one more.
I think it should be at 10.
Waits for his turn with 5 seconds on the clock. And the Browns looking to build on a 10-point.
After review, the ruling on the field stands is called as a completed pass.
What's the clock at? Is it at 5?
All right, so Carl Jeffers is
All right, can't run a play. Spike it. Is that 10 or 5?
So they will spike it, clock it, and get Hopkins onto the field.
Should be at 10, right?
Turns the whistle, starts the clock.
All right.
Watson spikes it.
How the fuck did it get to 3?
Hopkins.
All right, man. Just kick the field goal.
3 seconds remaining before halftime.
Why is Watson out there? He has to spike the ball to stop the clock.
But they found a ticker here last year. Cade York, game winner to start his NFL career week 1 last year, but that thing went south quickly. And Dustin Hopkins, 10-year vet, has been money in the bank for the Cleveland Browns. Hit from 30 earlier this one, and 45-yard attempts.
Good.
Hold by Hopkins. And Hopkins catches in.
Good job. Good job. Like that. Nice stuff.
Good job. Realizing how difficult it can be in the NFL against this stingy Cleveland.
Good kicks. Nice kick. Nice kick. Nice kick. There we go. Nice.
13
Nice.
This next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
All right, there you go. Hey, 13 points. 13-0. Exactly where you want to be. You get the ball to start the second half. And then you saw Deshaun Watson make a couple completions. So you feel like, hey, you know, you're just missing some those, right? It's when he has this shoulder injury, it's tough because things that would not go as scrutinized are going to be under a microscope. And sometimes some of this stuff just happens. Sometimes it doesn't. We'll see what is actually the shoulder and what was just him messing up, right? Because he's thrown inaccurate passes before. We can't just blame every inaccurate pass on the shoulder. He's missed low before. We've seen that plenty of times. You know, it is, again, going to be a process. Got to expect a process. $13-0 at half. That's what you want. That's what you want. And you get the ball to start the half. So you add on top of it. Let's check in on the other game. Seattle down 3-4. God. Yeah.
This time it's by Kyle Van Noy. His 4th as a member of the Ravens. You see the stunts up front, TEs. Inside guys go out. The sack by Turner.
Deep drop for Love. But they finally get something.
Yeah, I'm about to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. Then we'll break down the first half. Let me use the restroom real quick. Well, how many people I got in here? Yeah, I'll use the restroom. I'll let the red zone play, though, while I'm in the bathroom.
Out of the 2-minute warning time out here for Brown to the Texans. Nico Collins on the switch. You know what?
was a play call that would have yielded a first down on third and long. The Texans know better, and they get it. As Nico Collins has the first down, but they're still deep in their own territory. Throw on top.
Now, the ball was ruled short of the line to gain because his own momentum is taking it back. But even when he got touched down, it felt like it was past the sticks. Right there is essentially where you have possession and the touch. Dean Blandino lets us know that that probably should be a first down based on where he was touched right there. Again, no reviewable opportunity.
We'll go to ref zone when they make the announcement after the instant replay official review. We had a turnover in the Seattle-Baltimore game. Geno Smith had it stripped out of his hand. So Geno has lost a strip sack in this first half. Lamar Jackson has lost a strip sack in this first half. As the Baltimore Ravens defense gets home, look, it's Kyle Van Noy doing things from the edge for the Baltimore defense, and this was after the Odell Beckham Jr. fumble and recovery by Seattle that thought the Seahawks could have added to their 3-point total, but instead Baltimore will have a chance, and it's already into Justin Tucker field goal range. So let's double in the Baltimore game here, waiting on the official review there with Clete Blakeman running the officiating crew at Lambeau Field. Matt LaFleur wants an answer about the booth review. Sean McVay, new father Sean McVay, waiting on the call. Here come the final 28 seconds of the first half for the Ravens.
Throw the ball anywhere and get up and clock it with plenty of time and maybe even have another crack at it.
It's a 2nd and 8. Lamar rolls left, looking, and able to pick up a yard or two. Dropping back, cut off the angle, and we're stopped at 21 seconds and 3rd down.
Good sticky coverage on the outside. You see the speed by Lewin there. It's really tall, 6'4". Right here, Witherspoon. I've already talked about dominant start to his career. 36, got to be smart here, Jim. No sacks. No
Stuff it back. We're down by contact at the 35.5-yard line, which is a first down for the Green Bay. Here's the 3rd down play. Watson fires.
Yeah, Baltimore looked like one of the best teams in the league, man. Baltimore looked like one of the best teams in the league. Mention a log. No, I was just using the bathroom, catching up with my guests. Like, stop. Y'all so weird. Stop being weird. Stop being fucking weird. What is wrong with y'all, man? Yeah. So let's start with the defense. Obviously, no points. They haven't gotten past midfield. I'm happy with the defense. This has been the defense as you thought it was. Look, Myles Garrett ain't the only one that's got to get pressure. Other people been able to get pressure. Corey Gogolin gifted 5 subs. Shout out to Cody. My bad. Cody G gifted 5 subs. I cannot pronounce your last name. Yeah. But that's defensively, I mean, like, there's nothing I can say negative about that performance. I think that the defensive line, when they show up, we know how they look like at home. When they're able to go downhill and the crowd's on their back and they get that energy, they're unstoppable. They're going to be a tough home defense to beat. The issue is the performance on the road. That's where we've seen some of their biggest meltdowns is on the road. So they just got to get that cleaned up. But at home, we know who this defense is. They're a very good defense. Now let's talk about the offense a little bit. I think the offense has been fine. Deshaun's top 10 right now in the NFL today, in the first half of these 1:00 games in passing yards. So that's good. You threw it all short. He's just had a span where he missed a couple throws, got out that span before the second half. Remember, it's gonna be a process. He wasn't going to walk on the field today and throw for 300 yards. It was always going to be a process. It's going to be a process to get back to where he was in 2020. It's going to be a process to get better than that. We have made this mistake with him time and time again. Every time he steps on the field, we think it's going to magically turn into 2020. We've made that mistake 2 times. We have to understand at this point and expect a process. Honestly, I expected a process coming in this game. He looks a lot cleaner than I thought he would look coming into it. So I'm actually kind of happy. He's taken some hits. He's gotten back. There were a couple of scary moments here. We'll see if he gets out of that first halftime and he's playing still. Hopefully no setbacks happen. But it looked like he bounced back from those missed throws with the last 2 throws that he made on that drive to get you into field goal range. So again, it's going to be a process. We need to accept that as Browns fans, that him getting back to form isn't something that's going to happen overnight. It's not something that's going to happen next week versus Baltimore. It's going to happen over the course of very many weeks. It's going to be a slow burn, right? It's going to be a process. Got to expect that at some point. We keep expecting this not to be a process, and we keep acting surprised when it's not, when it turns out to be a process. At some point, we just got to change the tactic. He looked fine. He looked fine. Why are his throws so awkward, though? I thought some of his throws were awkward. You know, he's working back. Again, it's a process. He's working back. He went from not playing. This is his first game in 5 weeks. He's working back. Some shit's going to look awkward. It's a process. Okay? I don't know. He keeps telling you guys that every time he comes back, he's going to be 2020 Deshaun Watson. At this point, that expectation has been gone a while ago. We expect this to be a process. It's a process. That's it. That's it. He just needs to get through this game healthy. Whether he throws for 300 yards or not is irrelevant. Just get through this game healthy with no setbacks so you can continue to build on top of some work, because he hasn't played back-to-back games in like a month and a half. Let's get real. Last time he played a back-to-back game was in September. It is November. It's going to be a process. There are going to be some awkward throws. There are going to be some missed throws. He might throw an interception or 2. It's gonna be that's why he's playing against Arizona right now. So you can work through the beginning parts of this process and know that that's not going to have a huge chance to swing the game. Understand the situation. We're all complaining as if he should just come back like he's a Madden character. Like, understand the situation that they're in. Understand why he's in there. This is why. So he can make some mistakes, go 3 and out a couple times, but still work his way back in without costing you the game. And honestly, he hasn't turned the ball over too. So like, it's better than what we've had. I think this is our first half of non-turnover football. So good on that. But that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a process. He's going to look good sometimes. He's going to look bad in other moments. It's going to be like that for a few weeks. He's going to work through the process. I keep asking a lot of people to trust me, and some of y'all trust me. But I'm telling you, this is just what's going to be. What's on the other side of that process, I have no idea. I can't tell you that. But I do know getting to the point where you can evaluate him, it's going to be a little bit of a process. We know it's going to be a process. We shouldn't expect everything to be perfect. And honestly, he's been, in moments, the guy that we saw in Tennessee in this game. So let's relax. Let's relax a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not we're overanalyzing every throw. We're overanalyzing every throw. Like, we need to relax. And keep building on it. You get the ball back to start the half. We'll see how Deshaun's feeling if he comes back out. I haven't heard anything from Mary Kay that would suggest that he hasn't come back out from warmups. And at this point, you would be at warmups, right? Yeah, at this point, you would be at warmups. So he's coming back out to play. So we're good. Just get through this game healthy. That's what we want.
His last 2 weeks kind of back down to reality for Boyd. He lights out the first.
Yeah, he's not, his feet aren't great right now. He hasn't played with a live rush in a while. He's still working back off the rush that he worked for 700 days to get. Like, there is just shit that he needs reps. That's it. He needs reps. Like, he's obviously looks like somebody who needs reps. That's what he looks like, y'all. He looks like somebody who has a lot of talent but needs reps. That's what it is, man.
They're going to have to figure out a way, Arizona, to get some plays and avoid the negative plays against this defense.
Now to make matters even more difficult for Jonathan Gannon's Cardinals, are going to have to play defense to begin the third quarter, as Cleveland will begin at the 25. Beanie spoke to both coaches. Beanie, what do you have?
Sure, March just said 31 total yards of offense. So I asked Jonathan Gannon, how do you help your rookie quarterback? And he said everybody needs to play better around him. He said that we really need to get this running game going. And as for the Browns, well, Kevin Stefanski said he's glad Deshaun Watson is taking care of the ball and that he's made some plays. But he said we can't let him take as many hits as he's taking.
Yeah, he took a couple of hits late in that first half. So I'm late to get to his feet on a couple of plays. Watson 11 of 20 for $136 and a touchdown. Good news for Cleveland. Jedrick Wills is back in at left tackle after they were examining his leg late in that second quarter. One play forward, and he's going backwards.
All right, get it empty.
Terrific play, but
Get it empty.
touchdown earlier. Stills starting to show some of what he can do. The 6th round pick. As we take a look at the first half possessions, Arch, what are you seeing so far from Deshaun?
Well, I see it hasn't been great. Now, the good news is, as far as arm strength, you've seen him throw the ball down the field very well. So I don't think that's an issue. I just think it's, quite honestly, just playing again and just getting a feel for it. I don't believe that his feet have been very good. You've seen him a little bit off balance and really not working in the right direction. But too many of the underneath throws have been missed throws by Watson.
Stefanski has gone run heavy with his play calling.
All right, 3rd and 11.
Some of that rustiness as Jerome Ford picks up a couple of.
We're expecting the rustiness. We should have expected some rust.
That off the Ward interception, it was that running game and the tip ball to Amari Cooper for the.
Dewan's hurt, holding his calf.
Jones, who was a question mark coming into this game with a shoulder injury.
Hopefully, it's a stinger.
That looks to be maybe that right leg.
It might be a Charlie horse. It looked like a calf. Hopefully, he's not seriously injured. Let's see. We'll find out soon enough. Hopefully, he's fine. Is it James Hudson, the backup for him as well? Are we just going to throw James on both sides? What a day for James Hudson. Yeah, I think it's cramping. It looked like he was rubbing his calf, not his knee, right? Because he was kind of behind and low. I think he cramped. I think it's a cramp. Yeah, I think it's just a cramp. He'll be all right. He'll be all right, hopefully. I'm trying to keep up with Mary Kay's report. DeJuan Jones, just when Jed came back, so she hasn't had an update yet. I don't think anybody has an update yet. Walking off the field with trainers into the medical tent. Yeah, it's probably a cramp. It's probably, if he walked, it's probably a cramp. So that's fine. Hopefully he's back.
Sydney Harbour in over 40 years. Public display of unity is essential.
It's radioactive. What if this is bigger than we're imagining?
One way to find out. NCIS Sydney, new series premieres Tuesday, November 14th on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any of the use of this broadcast for any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Tackle be distorted to Cleveland sideline.
What a day for James. Left and right, buddy.
Anytime James Hudson played 10
Yeah, it look like a cramp.
left tackle up to Jedrick Wills had to sit. He's now submitted to the game at right tackle. They can indicate you have better pass rushers. Watson, 3rd and 9, they protect him well. Slings it up the middle.
Gotta catch that.
Looking for Goodwin.
Gotta catch that.
Close. Garrett Williams was there.
See, that look like a concussion.
Well, really a nice job by, and Goodwin was open for just a moment, and it's really a pretty good throw by Watson. He can't lead Goodwin because
He's got to come down with that. Oh, it's a tough one, though. It's a tough catch, but he's got to come down with that. A good play. Actually, good play by Williams. That's a great play by the corner, to be honest. Good throw. Good enough effort by Marquise. Better play by the defensive back there. You got to give credit where credit's due. He came in there, got his hand on the football, and disrupted that. Wasn't pass interference. That's a good defensive effort right there. I do not want to be president. Please don't ever say that. Oh God. Q for president. Trust the process. It's Austin. Appreciate the super chat. And then we have, why isn't that damn box working? And feel much better about Strong than Ford. I like them both. Look, if we ran Pierre Strong more, you would know there would be things that bug you about Pierre Strong, right? He doesn't have great contact balance. That's been an issue for him for a while. So, I mean, they both have their flaws. They're both better when they're splitting carries, and the same thing is true for Kareem Hunt. So I think you need all three back there. I think they all three complement each other well. And remember, Kareem Hunt's there to hit you singles and doubles. And Jerome Ford and Jerome Ford and Pierre Strong are there to hit home runs. So if you're a home run hitter, what's also going to happen a lot for your home run hitters? You're going to strike out. Sometimes Jerome Ford strikes out. Same thing with Pierre Strong. Yeah, it looked like a concussion for Goodwin. And you worry about that because he had them blood clot issues earlier in the year. So hopefully he's all right.
To the practice squad earlier in the week, elevated him yesterday. So after Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore, don't have a ton within that wide receiving room at the moment. As we will get you updated on Goodwin as quickly as we can.
It just seems like every week, almost every position on offense for Kevin Stefanski, they've got to figure something out, don't they? Whether it's both their tackles with Wills and Jones and now the receivers, quarterback, it's
a tough break, though. That was a great throw by Deshaun.
Number started week 1. He watched their all-pro right tackle Jackson.
Hey, free run. Just boot this as hard as you can. We got free run.
Something booming kick.
We got to keep running. Let it roll. There we go. They let the Gunners off free on that one. If you look at the coverage on it, they let the Gunners run free because they were worried about a fake punt by Cleveland for whatever reason when we're up 13 in our own territory. So they let the Gunners run free. They come in, do punch safe. That lets your Gunners sprint. So now Bojo sees that and he's like, all right, I could just punt this as hard as I can and just trust my guys to keep running downfield. And if they do that, we're going to be able to down this thing at the 1. Great chemistry by your punt team. You don't really talk about that much, but that is great chemistry by the punt team to be able to recognize the situation that they're in. And good job. I believe that was Pierre Strong by keep running, right? That's what, if you're one of those Gunners, one of the Gunners in that situation have to keep running. Now you have them backed up in the 1. Oh, that's about as close to a safety as you can get.
Some nervous moments here for Drew Petzing and this Arizona offense as Owusu Koromoa having a breakout season was there.
Yeah, and really this is the part of the field. We saw this happening.
Were they in the dog pound?
Here's a question. Do you want to, with this crowd noise and Michael Garrett in this front, do you want him to set up and throw the ball out of the end zone? Probably not a good idea.
just barely able to get it out of his hands, and it was nearly a completion.
Did he step out of bounds?
Thornhill coming with some heavy heat for Cleveland. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is just, and I can speak as the defensive player right now. This is really kind of what you live for when you're on the field behind your home crowd, and you know right now you got a football team on the ropes, and you got a chance maybe to get a safety or a touchdown on defense. This is when you start to play just a little bit faster. Again, it's tough because, throwing the ball right here, especially, you've got to make sure you have a plan for Myles Garrett because he can get there and hurry.
Oh! A-Walk's been close on those all year, man. All right, they got to punt it.
Game 2 to chance. Anthony Walker, this is just, the ball's coming out. So here's Walker, number 5. So just trust your eyes. You see 2, and he's reading it. You know the ball's going to come out fast. Just break straight down the line. Get your hands on it. Almost had a chance.
Is this a young punter?
There's a terrific angle there by Cameron Williams to give you a look at what Soon was looking at.
Go north. Go north. Good job. Who held? Why would you hold in that situation? If you lose, let him go.
As we check the flag here from Carl Cheffers. By the way, that was the 5th 3-and-out forced by Cleveland's defense. That's tough, dude.
During the kick, holding, return team. 10-yard penalty.
Who held? I want a number.
First down.
I want a number. I want a number. What dumbass held on that play? I want a number.
Still pretty good starting field.
What are you doing?
For Kevin
Like, what in that situation, you gotta know. You gotta know. Look, you can't cost yourself the field position you got when you got the return. Just let him catch it. If he gets 3 yards because you miss a block, that's fine. But you can't try to hold there. Like, what are you doing? Like, who held? I want a number on that. That's one of the refs did that man a solid by making the coaches pour through tape to figure out who did that, and hopefully they don't remember. But maybe they don't got a quality assurance coach worth his salt, so they don't remember because, man, I want a number. I want a jersey number on that hold. Like, I got to know who did that. I got super chat. Oh, my God. Somebody asked about Martavis Bryant. Okay. Thomas Dalton says, what do you think about signing Martavius Bryant? I saw Martavius Bryant play in the XFL last year, and I'm going to be honest with you, it didn't look very impressive. Like, he just didn't look super impressive. Now, he was knocking off a fair bit of rust, so that might have been part of it. But he just didn't look that different from the rest of the guys in the XFL. Like, height and weight-wise, yeah, he was a little different. But when it came to skill, athletic ability, he looked pretty normal out there. But, it's worth giving him a shot if you want to. Just try him out, sure. I don't mind that. They could use a bigger body or receiver. But if you're expecting him to be anything like he was in Pittsburgh, and I think you're going to set yourself up for failure, because I saw him play for the Las Vegas, the Las Vegas, they're not the Gamblers anymore, they're the Vipers. I saw him play all those games with the Vipers, and he wasn't very much different than anybody else. He wasn't even the most impressive player on that team. So that's my scouting report from the XFL from him. Our special teams have been superb by Sneakerhead Axe 67. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The pick by Denzel Ward.
Playing a complete game right now.
Defensive performance for Cleveland. And they cash in for some points. Watson to Cooper on the deflection. Arch, this Arizona offense.
All right,
let's 31 total yards, fewest by the Cardinals in almost 30 years and a half. Meantime, the numbers for Deshaun Watson. We're going to get Nick Harris again lining up as a blocker. We'll pitch here to Ford, trying to find the edge.
There you go, that's fine.
Ford picks up 1, maybe 2, tackled by Starling Thomas. Good news.
Trying to hit a home run, you didn't get it. It's fine.
Right tackle. Yeah,
Well, Spiro, you mentioned
Let's throw here. Let's throw here. Let's get Deshaun comfortable.
really look, if they want to try and win this game, their defense, coming into this game, Cleveland worst in the NFL as far as giving the ball away on offense. So Arizona has to do something on defense to take the ball away and either score or set up their offense in a scoring opportunity. Good sign on both of these first two drives to start the second half. They have recorded a very positive first down play.
Everyone coming down the field, so Watson goes for his check. This is
Good check. Way to go to your check, Watts. Hey, it's one of the things we want to see. Deshaun go to his check down. We're seeing it.
terrific this season. He's had some huge moments. Pickup of 9 first down.
Yeah, that is huge. And Arizona now with an injury of their own. That's Kevin Strong, who is down. But
So the athletic trainers who have been busy on both sides, out to 10 to Strong, will step aside here in Cleveland.
Lowe's knows you need to save money this holiday, so
You can get more of what you want.
with our lowest price guarantee, this holiday, if you find a better price, we'll match it. Get more for your home and your family. You got this. We got you.
To tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan for Verizon.
This holiday, turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium, Apple TV 4K, and 6 months of Apple One. All free on us. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
With the Sonic 2 for $7 deal, you can choose from 3 delicious favorites for only $7. A Sonic cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, or something on chili cheese coney. It might be the greatest pairing since cherry and lime. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
Yep. All right. That was a big first down, though. Way to check it down. Again, this is the little stuff you just want to see him get comfortable with, get comfortable getting to his checks, not taking as many hits. It seems like there has been some progress made on that front. So I'm actually really pleased with what I've seen so far. I didn't expect him to start ripping and dipping and everything else like that. I just wanted to see some of the stuff to play a more sustainable style of football happen in this game. And right now, the only hit that Deshaun took was a hit that he took trying to run for a first down. That's a fine hit to take. Well, he took a couple hits in the pocket, but that's just normal quarterback play hits. But yeah, I think he's played a much safer, smarter game this week as well. He's playing the game that they need him to play right now. You know what I mean? We back.
His snaps the last couple of weeks, he's playing really well.
Good north.
This is Cleveland. It's picking up 1, maybe 2 here. As we continue to play early stages, third quarter. Archie, look up at the scores. We got another injured Cleveland round player. Now it's Jedrick Wills there.
Nah, he's hurt. Oh shit.
The athletic trainers have had
That don't look good. His helmet's off. He's in pain. He's hurt.
at least by that shot, he was grabbing his knee.
Oh boy, just hate to see that reaction. These guys
he's
so well. I'm not even sure I want to look
right there. Number 7. See Kareem Hunt just.
All right, so the athletic trainers tending to Will.
That sucks, man. We've been getting murdered by injuries all year. Hopefully it's not as bad as it looks. But it looks like a knee. Yeah, it looks like a knee. Yeah, somebody said he's been playing on a bad foot for weeks. I think it's a knee injury. I think this has nothing to do with the foot. He's been playing injured. He's been playing well injured too. Like you look at the last 3 games he's had, those have been his 3 best games. So you gotta. I know a lot of people like to give Jed flack, but you gotta give him credit where credit's due. He's played well, and that sucks. That looks really bad. Hopefully, it's not as bad as it looks, but that looks bad. That looks really bad. And remember, we're not going to be disrespectful in chat. We're never going to be gleeful or happy about a player's injury on either side of the ball. We're going to show the game the respect it deserves. So please make sure if you're in chat, you're doing that and you're showing the respect that this game deserves from anybody who gets injured during it. And, you know, try not to be an asshole in these moments. It's been tough, man. The Browns have been getting so many key injuries. I mean, if Wills is down for the year, that's the 3rd starter that's been down for the year, man. Like, it's tough. It's tough. You wonder why the offense has struggled. I mean, you could just look at that right there. They got 2 starters out for the year, maybe 3. I mean, that's Deshaun been out for most of the year. You know, if you want to see where the struggles have been offensively, I mean, just look right there. He's getting carted off.
4-year-old left.
That's not
Former number 2
good.
overall pick. Sometimes the reaction.
Oh, he's already in a cast. That's not good.
And now you can just hope for the best. March even down the field in those scenarios. Hard for his teammates to see that. As they will take him into the X-ray room here at Cleveland Brown Stadium. So just remember, as we alluded to earlier, they lose Jack Conklin in week 1. The injuries that they've had to contend with all along the offensive line, especially those 2 tackle positions. As James Hudson once again is summoned now back at left tackle. Watson's pass deflected, and it's looking like Pierre Strong, but they're going to lose yardage. Excellent push up front. That was Fotu leading the charge for the Cardinals.
James Hudson's got an anchor there, man. He got pushed so far back into his death. So far back. Got an anchor. Should all offensive linemen wear braces like college? They do. I mean, I'm pretty sure Jed wears a brace there. If not, I mean, I don't know if the brace does anything to save you right there.
Spring game, that was really last week against Seattle. The spring game that really jump-started this offense. Not working today.
Let's try to get some of it back here. This is Jerome Ford. Slips the initial tackle, but he's hit out of bounds. As this Cardinals defense arch continues to do its job, able to get off the field here. And with the Browns nursing this 13-0 lead.
Yeah, it really starts with getting a good.
Keep playing defense.
And really, the Browns offense, really their passing offense hasn't been very sharp today. You know, Watson has been able to hit a few plays down the field, but now you got to really question how effective.
Let's get another good punt here, Bojo.
With now Wills out and DeWalt Jones.
Got this nice and high. It's going to bounce. Is he allowed to screen like that from the return position, though?
Football at the 20. Little break gives a chance to take a look at our next-gen stats. Powered by AWS.
Well, so far, so good.
Also, our gunners got to just not buy the fake there, right? Like, keep running for the ball. Just locate it, find it, keep running for it.
The ball past 10 yards. Remember, they didn't have that really nice play to Rondell Moore down the sideline, but an offensive pass interference by Hollywood Brown brings that one back. So, really, not a lot of production in the passing game, but somebody is going to have to win outside so they can have any shot moving the ball down the field.
Oh, fumble! Shelby Harris. Shelby Harris. Great job winning inside versus a guard. Gets around and gets that ball out of Clayton Tune's hand. Good job on the recovery, Garrett. Great job.
Because
Oh, Okoronkwo, you could have cost Miles a touchdown there, man.
He sets up, he goes to throw the football, and really, what can you say? It's a tremendous effort by
Great job, great job.
You really can't fault him for thinking that he had time to throw that football.
Hey, your defense is your best offense here.
Last season with Seattle, previous 5 years with Denver. Huge play to put Deshaun Watson in this offense back in business. With delivery near side of the field, I got it to Moore. Just trying to get him into open space. Let's take this back to the last play by Harris again.
And here's Harris.
Look at this rip move inside by Shelby Harris. He knows he has a two-way. Boom, pulls, and then just great job. Just forcing the arc.
To expect a yellow throw hole to be able to hold up on that play.
Oh, our old friend.
For Harris to turn the corner, stick the right hand out, and get that ball out.
So second turnover. Clayton to the interception earlier. As we cross the 9-minute mark. This is Ford doing his dance. Breaks the initial tackle, gets close to the 5-yard line, as that'll be a third down coming up for Cleveland. Jonathan Ledbetter among the tacklers. Kaiser White was there as well. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Cleveland really hasn't. They really haven't been sharp on third down today. Just 3 of 10, and you see that it just hasn't worked. So you wonder if you're Kevin Stefanski, do you make this 4-down territory and plan on running the ball once? If you don't get it close, run it again, or do you trust the passing game?
Got it. There we go. And this one's done. This is one for the books. Easy money. Easy money. Great job on the defensive side of the ball today. And just easy money right there. Way to take the easy money, Deshaun. You just see the breakdown right here between Kaiser White and Woods. And they're able to just take advantage of it, right? Take the easy money. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, wide open. Throw it.
And then you got Njoku all by himself in the end zone.
Njoku's second touchdown catch of the season. 20.
And that's 20. All right, defense, let's put it on them. Let's keep putting it on them.
As they take advantage of the Shelby Harris strip sack. And turn it into 6. Today on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and an investigation into the Social Security Administration, followed by back-to-back episodes of Yellowstone plus a new Big Brother.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Now we're going to give a shout out to some of our crew, something we like to do here. Our technical director, Griffin Jacob, who travels with us each week. He's from the Cleveland area, grew up here nearby Stowe. Went to Stowe Monroe Falls High School. Will Blakely, Linda Newberger, our leads on our replay department each week. Alex Willis, headlining our audio crew. Alex following his Pop Jay's footsteps, one of the all-timers. And Alex celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Alex.
Hey, can I give a shout out? Can I say happy birthday?
There we go. All right, 20-point lead here, defense. Don't take your foot off the gas. Let's add to it. I want to get a true ass whipping today. Let's get it in. I talked about this. You can't get kicked out of bounds, right? Why would you return that? Why didn't he do the foot out of bounds thing, right? Where you take a foot out of bounds and touch it?
That's a penalty flag throw. You saw the taunt at the end of that play.
Okay, well, he got it anyways.
Dortch was looking in the direction of the officials with, I believe it was Grant Delpit who was jawing.
I don't understand what happened there.
They're going to get probably Delpit for standing over him over there on the sideline.
Nah, whatever.
I mentioned Jonathan Gannon grew up nearby Old Brooklyn section of town, the pride of St. Ignatius High School. Incredible athlete, state championships in football, basketball, track and field. He was also the captain of the chess team in high school. Mr. Do-It-All inducted into the School Sports Hall of Fame in a really cool moment. They actually had their walkthrough yesterday at St. Ignatius. So he was able to catch
Is that a false start?
But of course, all that furthest thing from his mind right
Either Shelby Harris got the greatest jump of his life, or he's offsides. Yeah, okay. That's what to say. Like, okay, Maurice Hurst. All right, hey, focus in here. We're losing focus. Let's focus in here. Let's get a player. Come on.
Of course, hope that Kyler Murray's going to play next week, but it's been a tough first year for Gannon.
Well, it's been tough. Look, James Conner, who one of the probably the most underrated running backs in the National Football League, he's out. You know, no Michael Wilson, really promising rookie today. You're down.
Shift.
Yes, not having Kyler Murray has affected this team.
This is Moore slipping the initial tackle. Waiting for the signal here. Let's throw it downstairs to the.
Spiro, you're showing pictures of Jonathan Gannon growing up here in Cleveland. When Kevin Stefanski became the head coach in this city, the first person he called was Jonathan Gannon. It was Gannon's wife who helped Stefanski's wife figure out where to live. And P.S., when Jonathan
All right, 1st and 10.
defensive coordinator in Philadelphia, he called Stefanski because that's his hometown.
They spent a number of years together. It's more. Picks up a couple of more.
Stay disciplined, defense. Stay disciplined. Stay with your foot on the pedal. All right, let's read some super chats here while we got time.
Vibes close, and now
Denandre says first time RD gets to play with the lead. Still got plenty of time left. Time to eat. Pad those stats.
the offensive coordinator for
Professor Chaos says I have a feeling the next AFC North talk will be a great one. I mean, what are we gonna do? Make fun of Guru for missing all his picks again?
long time and know each other well. But right now, that competition taking.
There we go. There we go.
Trying to find some daylight against this.
Third and long here.
Yeah, they just need some sort of juice and some sort of playmaking ability. Rondell Moore does give them that.
Hey, Za'Darius, let's get involved here, man. Let's join the party, Za'Darius.
Outside of one throw, they haven't tested.
But I always look forward to AFC North talk. We'll see what the Bills and the Bengals do.
And he's really throwing both to his outside wide receiver. They've got to find a way to threaten outside the numbers. James Pittsburgh was nearly picked. Denzel Ward jumping the passing lane as Hollywood Brown was the intended receiver.
That's going to force a punt.
You know, if you watch.
Great coverage by Denzel Ward. I mean, he won that route. He just won that rep. That's not going to happen. Look, your only hope to beat Denzel Ward in man coverage is to hold on to that ball for 3-4 seconds and hope that you could double move him or catch him off guard, because that you're not just going to beat him straight up here.
Jonathan Gannon says it's good for one. Penalty flags whistle to play there. And his tune was looking back in the direction of Brown.
What is Deshaun doing, dog?
Can't get out of their own way. You know, another penalty will mark him back. This one against Humphreys.
You know, I hate to belabor the point, but again, when you look at Ward on how to attack him, teams, when you talk about that go ball, teams have thrown a go route on it.
Okay, we already got that one. All right, cool. Let me get back to regular chat.
Try to get it over to somebody else.
All right, James. Don't catch it. Don't catch it. Don't catch it. Don't catch it. Okay. You'll live with that. You'll live with that. You'll live with that. You'll live with that. Hey, I'll live with that. Better than catching it.
57 yards on the punt. As it is down there by Dennis Gardick. This is where the Browns sit in the standings. Baltimore is up big as they play against Seattle. And for the Steelers, Browns, and Cincinnati Bengals chasing the Ravens atop that AFC North division. Keep in mind the schedule for Cleveland after today. Got those two big divisional games coming up next week in Baltimore, then here for the Steelers
Arch week number 11.
Yeah, look, I believe that almost any game between AFC North teams, any team can win. But right now, Baltimore seems to be getting stronger as the season goes on.
Marks picks up 4, maybe 5. It was the other reason is Deshaun Watson talked to us on Friday. The other reason why Deshaun felt the urgency to play this week, and he wanted to jump in to those divisional games last week. As he tries to get himself physically back. And this is just rhythm of this offense.
It's just get in sync and just play some football. He needs as many reps and to be able to stack reps as much as possible, because you've seen, even in this game, he's made a couple of good throws, but it just hasn't been sharp in the passing game.
All right. 3rd and 3 here.
He's got some injury updates for Cleveland.
Spiro, we saw that emotional scene as Jed Wills left the field. He is indeed out with a knee injury, and also out is Marquise Goodwin with a head injury.
So the news gets even worse for Kevin Stefanski there. Told you about the wide receiver situation, thinner. And now they lose Wills.
All right, 3rd and 3.
Starter left tackle, so James Hudson pressed
Spread.
week in extended duty in one of their tackle positions. 3rd and 3. Here's Ford. Broke the initial tackle, but then he's buried. Saving.
Hey, I wanted to run the ball on 3rd and 3. Yeah, that's hilarious. It ended up like the last 3rd and 3 run. There's always a reason the run could have went better, right? There's always a reason. Scarehouse Tim Zombie. Ray Rag says Guru always out here trolling, saying PJ is better than Watson. Come on. Scarehouse Tim Zombie says, "Hey Q, it's good to be on the plus side of the turnovers." Yeah, that's what's up. Ackline with the $5 super chat says, "I feel so bad for Jed. People have been talking trash on him all year. I'm sure he wanted to prove everybody wrong. Now this happens. Get well. Yeah, he was also playing well. You know what I mean? He was also playing some good football. And shout out to Ackline, who also gifted 5 memberships to you in the chat. So appreciate that love here, man. We got like 15 memberships gifted so far in this stream. So shout out to the chat right now. Chat really doing this thing.
I mean, you'd hate to say lose more so you could win more.
This defense can continue its stingy ways here as they have the football at the 50-yard line for the first time since their first possession, but Ingram thrust into a starting role. It is brought down by Owusu Koramoah.
Guys, we just talked about Jonathan Gannon and Kevin Stefanski's friendship. Gannon actually told us that the one thing he's really tried to learn from Kevin Stefanski is how to stay so level. After a loss, after a win, your attitude always has to be the same. Gannon told us he generally runs a little bit more hot than Stefanski does.
Yeah, Gannon told us how influenced he's been for his friendship with so many deep football conversations. Stefanski shaping who Gannon has become as a young coach in this league. Is playing 2, runs 4, he's right at that line of the game.
Christopher says, so tired of the East-West crap. Yeah, they got to get better at it.
Signal, now they say first hand Cardinals.
Don't have to run it. You have to, if you're going to run it East-West, you got to have to do some of it.
Team is looking here to the bottom of the screen again.
All right, defense, wake up a little bit, man. Y'all letting them get too many yards on this drive.
There is an opening, and so he could just go run for the first down. But Spiro, 43 yards of total offense in this game so far. This is a masterpiece by this defense.
Yeah, picked off. Yeah, man, it's a bad day for Clayton Tune.
Just when the Cardinals were starting to move the football, this Cleveland defense strikes again.
Just excellent play by Taki. They're trying to run a high, low, and watch how Taki just bakes this play. Excellent job
Two thinks that he has it high. Talkie sinks it.
Dang. It's a bad day for Clayton too, man. It's a bad day, dog. Defense woke up. Wow, it's a bad day for Clayton too, man. Hey, this is the flip side of what of being the Ravens when we did DTR like that.
Deshaun Watson and company back onto the field trying to build on their big lead.
Good throw.
Finding Cooper, one of Watson's better passes in the day. A pickup of 17, and now Cooper hobbled to the sideline.
Yeah, you said it. Plain as day, the best throw and catch of the day with really good timing, good precision. Route was well done, but that's not what you want to see at the end of the route. Amari Cooper, very important.
Hey, man, Adam Archuleta don't like Deshaun at all.
This is about the last guy that you could afford to lose after Watson with this offense. Back to the ground game of Hunt. As they will lose yardage, Hunt asking for a face mask, but no flags. Let's get another NFL Today update to New York and JB.
CJ Stroud looking like he's in college.
Yeah, put your eyes up top. Got a double move.
Ooh, CJ nasty. Grr. Nice.
We call Nate the Tank. They get the touchdown, but Tampa's still up 23-22. Real names Spiro, Adam, and Aditi.
Thanks, JB. That Houston offense. So much youth. There's so much dynamism as well.
Why are we so loud right now?
2nd and 11 here. As you play final minute of the third quarter. Hunt.
All right, yeah, they know the run's coming. They're going to stop every run play.
Final hold. Kevin Strong. They said to fight his way through that shoulder injury. And now another flag thrown.
Offense, 2 players in motion.
This Cooper trying to walk it off now on that Brown sideline. And the consistency has been incredible for him year 2 since the trade from Dallas. I think it's the ability that they've had to overcome at the quarterback position.
Yeah, it's really impressive that he has found a way to be productive, considering that inconsistency at quarterback.
3rd and 11. One setback here is for Cardinals showing a lot of pressure. And then drop back. Watson gonna run for it. Watson.
Go down. First down. There we go. There we go. He feels back. He feels better.
Deshaun Watson. He still has those wheels. As that takes us to the end of 3 in Cleveland.
Rolled up, popped up. Good. There you go. Way to not take the hit, too. Good job there, Deshaun. Got 4s in the chat. No, that's as good as a slide. Yeah, that's as good as a slide. If he dives forward and rolls with the contact, that's as good as a slide. It's what you want him to do to get a first down on a 3rd and long. Like, that's fine, right? Where I have an issue is if he lowers his shoulder into the body of another defender. That's where you start to get reckless. But if he dives and rolls into it, like, he'll be fine. That's as good as a slide. Yeah, it's as good as a slide. He could take contact. You're still going to take contact if you slide. But, you just want to get the first down, dive forward. You had the space to do it. That's smart. Yeah, this is the best conditions DW4 has had at home.
Amazing. Love. Stunning. I'm obsessed.
Hey, y'all, he's playing football. He's going to fall on his shoulder. Like, if they can't take that, then he don't need to be out there. But it's a controlled dive. These football players know how to fall. Like, it's not like you or me falling where we don't know what the fuck we doing. Like, he knows how to take a controlled dive, y'all. Like, relax. Like, yeah, he avoided a direct hit. He went to the ground. He got that's what you want. That's being smart.
Make joy this season with savings on the perfect tree for your space. Whether it's a fresh cut fir, something pre-lit and pre-flocked, or a new take on a classic, bring home what brings you together. The Home Depot.
High above Cleveland Browns Stadium, downtown Cleveland. Temperatures starting to dip, low 50s. There's your score, all Cleveland. Tough day at the office for Clayton Tune, the 24-year-old rookie, making his first career start. Never easy to do, especially against a defense as talented as this. Three turnovers.
The number one defense on the road.
The shot out the throw.
Good news for the Browns. As we get a wildcat formation here with Nick Harris lining up in the backfield. Direct snap. This is for
Good run.
So you saw Cooper back onto the field, so that's really good news for Cleveland. It's been tough with the injuries. Tackle made there by Leki Fotu for Arizona. So this Cleveland team, March 1st, the offense hasn't been pretty. Got the tough schedule coming up with the 2 divisional games just around the corner. But when you look up at the standings, 4-3, very much alive in that NFC North. So can just get this offense in the high gear. I see on second down against the
Good run, Ford. Good run. There we go. There we go. Keep churning. Just keep churning butter.
Baltimore on the ground. That's right, JB, the rookie Keith Mitchell. He takes his hand off of the 40-yard.
Yeah, the Ravens are fucking good, man. Like, the Ravens are fucking good, man.
3. Bill Cowher, we're told, then balance. Back to Spiro.
Holy smokes, how about the Ravens? That's a really good Seattle team. Next week.
It's different in the North, man.
Big game, that's going to be NFC North, Cleveland, Baltimore. As Kevin Stefanski continues to ride his ground game with Ford. Tackled there by Josh Woods. That will be the second meeting between those two teams. They met here. That was one of the games that Deshaun Watson missed. But right now, of course, that's the furthest thing from Kevin Stefanski's mind.
Yeah. Well, his team has played pretty well here today, but as you look towards next week in the future, I think certainly it all starts with how healthy are the Browns, but also, what will it take to continue to get this passing game working together?
Hunts.
Let it get one.
Ducks inside the 30-yard line. It's been a mixed bag for Deshaun Watson. Back in the lineup today. The deep ball, some good, some bad with that right shoulder.
Well, I think the good news is that it doesn't appear like his arm strength has been affected. He has attempted to throw the ball downfield pretty well today. To me, it's just a matter of mechanics and timing and getting back in sync. I do feel like his footwork really hasn't been there today. You did see a really nice pass to Amari Cooper, but again, it's almost as if every time he comes out on the field, it's like his first start of the season. So just continuing to stack good reps will be very important for Watson in the passing game.
Dangerous looking pass there with Garrett Williams.
Threw it out of bounds.
It's Watson looking for Elijah.
Yeah, kick the field goal. Let's go at 23.
We asked Deshaun about the shoulder, what the sensation is like. He said there's still a little pain. But he said, look, I even struggle when I try to describe it to the athletic trainers. A little bit of pain, a little bit of a pull. As he deals with some of those micro tears in the strained rotator cuff in his right shoulder. Anytime Dustin Hopkins back onto the field. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He's hit from 30 and 45. Good snap, good hold.
Is that in?
It's no good.
He was bound to miss one. Hey, if this is the one where he misses a couple, please. Like, I'm telling you right now, if this is the one where Dustin Hopkins has to miss a couple field goals, okay, yeah, sure, let it happen. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. This is the game where he can miss them. Like, hey, I ain't gonna be sweating it. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the Cardinals did full DTR to Clayton Tune. Are the Falcons freaking losing to Josh Dobbs and the Vikings? Wait, let me check these game scores. That's nuts. Yeah, don't the Cavs play the Warriors? 21-21. Wow, they're giving up points to Josh Dobbs, man. That's nuts. That's nuts. Oh, no, they're giving up 99 yards and a touchdown. Who is running the ball? How are they giving up all of these? This is crazy. Where did the 21 points come from? I think it was, I don't know, they might review it a little bit, but to me, I think it curved, like it was right on the edge of being made.
And Nickelodeon.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Burger King, combo your way at BK. And by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
One of the great sites here in Cleveland, that's the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, downtown part of the city. That honors those.
All right, let's finish this game out.
Civil War. And so, service initiative here that's near dear to a lot of the Browns. Nick Chubb's dad, his brother served in the Air Force. Miles Garrett's pop in the Air Force, his grandfather in the Army. They're part of Salutes to Service, great initiative for the NFL over the next couple of weeks. Good looking past that time to Hollywood Brown. As they pick up 14.
Yeah, don't let them come back in here late. They did this versus Baltimore last week. No, don't take your foot off the gas.
Done for the year. All signs certainly point in that direction. As they say, he's just about fully back to health. Moving towards ACL week 14 of last season. As they desperately try to get the franchise quarterback back in the mix. He was very close to returning this week as Tony Jones picks up a couple.
Well, certainly we want to see Murray play.
You shut them down on this drive, and I think they're done. Like the fight's over. This is like their last swinging, like their last few punches. They coming out here with a little bit of energy. They're trying to get some punches off on you. If you don't let that off, then they done.
He still has to get out there, figure things out, and I would say, based on these conditions, much better to do it next week at home than on the road against this defense without a lot of your key players.
Injured Arizona Cardinal is Will Hernandez here.
That's their guard.
Right guard as he will gingerly make his way to the sideline. So we'll take a closer look at him. Let's go downstairs. Did you spoke to Jonathan Gannon about Kyler Murray before the game?
I did, and Spiro Arch, he's unbelievably bullish about Kyler Murray. He said he's done every single thing that he's asked him to do since he became the head coach. And he said all he thinks Murray needs is using two and take another big hit. He said all Murray needs is some straight talk and some tough coaching. That's what he's used to, having grown up in Texas with a coach as a father.
Yeah, very close to making his return. We should see him next week in that game against the Atlanta Falcons as Myles Garrett continues to tee off on this.
Oh, here it comes again. Yeah, they're done. That's it. That's it. Arizona's going to fold here.
Of June this afternoon.
That kid has had enough. That kid has had enough. Oh my goodness. That poor kid.
Then you see Jim Schwartz.
That poor kid, man. My God.
Defense has given up a couple of big plays and really got them to be disappointed in that last drive against Seattle last week. But this is what you're supposed to do to a football team that is clearly overmatched.
So we'll delivery completes the tight end Trey McBride. First time we've really called his name since early in this game. As they come up well short. And Jim Schwartz's defense continues to pitch a perfect game here in Cleveland. Fourth quarter continues on CBS. On the internet from T-Mobile, it only costs $50 at T-Mobile. They won't raise your rates at T-Mobile.
Pretty good game for the Browns, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pretty good game. This is nice. This is nice. Like, yo, bro, I'm not even like sweating. I'm not stressed. I'm just chilling. Like, this is nice. I ain't been nervous all game. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is nice. This is good. I like this. Woo. This is great. How are you still mad at Kevin Stefanski? Why? Yeah, y'all just mad to be mad. This is good. I like this. 20-0. 20-0. I think the thing is the Browns' point differential with Deshaun Watson is crazy. Yeah, like I think they were up 20 against Cincinnati, 24 against Tennessee. Right now they're plus 20. And then -1 or 3 or something like that versus Pittsburgh. So it's like 60 something. But yeah, the point differential has to be pretty insane. That's what the Cardinals have is 61 yards of total offense.
His return.
That's
and
rough.
just consider what these two franchises with ownership have invested financially in these two guys. This is the most guaranteed money of any quarterback contract in the NFL.
It is very interesting, isn't it?
Now they're already close to 2 Pro Bowls in last year. I think just kind of went up the rails before his ACL tear in Week 14. Cedric Tillman makes the catch here. So you can sense the urgency to get him back and see what he is, Arch, with that knee.
Well, look, I'm excited to see him play in this offense, and I think you have to temper your expectations. You saw how difficult it was for Deshaun Watson to get integrated last year when he came back and learn a new offense and really kind of get back into the feel of things. So I wouldn't expect extreme fireworks early, but I am excited to watch him play under this coaching staff.
Watson's going to work from the gun here on 3rd and 6. They protect. Watson puts it in.
Oh, beautiful throw. Oh, wow. Damn. Woo.
This pass is as beautiful as it gets. Splits the bracket, and look at the ball placement. Amari Cooper doesn't even slow down or break stride one bit. That ball could not be placed in any better of a place than where Deshaun Watson put it. That was a thing of beauty, and the Browns want to see a lot more of that.
Watson's numbers, Amari Cooper now 5 catches on all 5 of his targets for a $139. They hit him a 59-yard earlier, and that one a 49-yard strike.
Woo! Woo-hoo. Oh, that was a beauty.
As they look to build up.
That's exciting. That's very, very exciting. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Woo. That was, I mean, that's as pretty as they come. He splits it right down. That's the shit that he used to do routinely in 2020. That's the stuff. Okay. That's the stuff right there. Woo. Wow. Wow. And Teddy.
Punches it in. Touchdown. He had a cavalry in front of him. And it's 26-0 Cleveland.
This is like 1940s football.
It's amazing. Watch the penetration front side. But really the key here is Batonio gets the cutoff on the backside. If it wasn't for Batonio, but really that's the second time today we've seen a cutoff block. The first time by Posick, that time by Batonio. Really, you cannot fault the Cardinals. That front side got as much penetration as you could ask for. But that backside just not there.
Injured Cardinal being tended to is Roy Lopez. He's out for Kareem Hunt. So some of his frustrations at the end of that game last week.
Hey, dog.
4 straight games. That's a long season.
Hey, dog. That was the best throw he's had in a Cleveland Browns uniform. That was the best throw he has had in a Cleveland Browns uniform. That's oh God. That was oh my goodness. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. He threw that. I was like, man, there's no way he's going to get that in there, right? And then it just dropped. And I was like, holy shit. Woo. Woo. Yeah, that one tipped it. If it was an okay game, now it's an objectively good game. That's an objectively good game from DW4 today. Love how this team came out. It was a must-win game today, and they came out all 60 minutes as if it's a must-win game. Finish this out. I want my shutout. But they came out with that energy. With that energy, man.
To feel the way that Hunt did. As you recall, when Hunt re-signed with
That's
it's
really nice.
than he did.
Now the thing is, Baltimore just put 37 on them Seahawks, dog. 37. The Baltimore Ravens are on fire right now.
As he stepped in.
Yeah, we've had a chance to visit with Hunt this season. The acrimonious kind of relationship. Didn't get the contract, the long-term deal he was looking for. Was sitting out of the open market for months before they signed him just prior to their Week 3 game against Tennessee. But this was a deal, Arch, where both sides clearly needed each other after the devastating injury sustained by Nick Chubb.
Yeah, sure has. And it took him a few games, as you can imagine, after basically sitting at home for the first part of the season.
Hey, this is, if you listened to the video earlier today in the morning, this is exactly what I wanted. I mean, better than I wanted, right? I expected this one to be a little bit rougher than what it was on the offensive side of the ball, but you have not turned the ball over so far. You've made explosive plays down the field when it matters. Sure, you've had some chunks where you just weren't as productive offensively, but man, I mean, let's look at the point differential when Deshaun Watson's out there. It's like plus 60. Let's finish this out here.
He's Peyton 2, trying to buy himself some time.
pass broken up.
Yeah, now the defense is just feasting on him. All right. So super chats. Let me get the super chats. Dave May says, all right, I'm far back in this. Oh, let's get past this set.
A team that doesn't match up well with you, but this game has been one of the best. Someone able to escape the set.
All right, super chats here. Fred Heim says Q has the evil laugh for Clayton Tune. It's been a rough day for the brother. Professor Chaos says, okay, bubble wrap the team. As Mitchell looks like he got hurt on that tackle. I think he just shocked himself a little bit. It was a pretty hard tackle. Dave May says, we need this glorified scrimmage. You needed a game to get right, right? This was a get right game. Ray Rag says they have 61 total yards on offense. The defense will win this game. For us, just don't mess it up offense. So far, they have done more than not mess it up. They've added. Q and Cole about to be fired. This is Sonny's favorite game. Yes, sir. Deshaun Watson, 3-1, 4-1 if you count Indy this year. And he is overall 8-3 in his starts as a Cleveland Browns. Q and Cole about, okay, I already read that one. We are so back. We come in. That's a Houston DW4 type though right there. Yep. Hopefully that becomes vintage Browns Deshaun Watson on a regular basis. Are my eyes deceiving me? Complete game by all five faces of the ball. Third one this year. Third one.
Jim on one side, Bill on the other. Just such an invaluable resource for someone like me to have those 2 sets.
Hey, Tomlinson got another one.
By his Cleveland defense.
It's a free-for-all out there. Before the game, I said DW4 is balling out, hashtag 2024. Sleep Leo. And Akalon says, I swear the Vikings could play the 85 Bear or a random high school team. It'd be a nail biter. Yeah, they just seem to do that.
They can't afford anybody to go down, but certainly not him on the left side of that offensive line.
Looks like it's the low right leg of Humphreys, the former Pro Bowler.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Hey, Micah, any advice for an intern? Never forget one thing. Paramount Plus is a home of the UEFA Champions.
That was a dart, man. Look at that throw. Stayed in the pocket. Here's what I like the most out of this game from Deshaun Watson, right? The throws are great. The highlight reel plays are great. But he's been really composed in the pocket, right? He hasn't been too skittish. He hasn't been getting out of there early. He's been somebody who's been super composed, super structured. Hey, if it's there, I'm going to take my check down. If I run, I'm going to slide or roll out of it. Like, very smart game by Deshaun. It's picking up where he left off of with Tennessee. I was worried with what he was doing in that Indy game where he was flooding the pocket for no reason that we might have regressed back to the beginning of the season. But he is picking up where he left off of in Tennessee, and that's a huge thing for this team. Now, I don't know if he walks into Baltimore and completely drops like bombs on Baltimore like he's doing today, but you have some hope that at least after you get out this next 3 games that you can start talking about him hitting those markers of being where you want him to be in this offense, being where you want him to be. This is very encouraging what we've seen today.
James Crochet is going to play just inside the 20.
Are we going to get PJ for the last 6?
It's close to the 30-yard line, 58-yard, but 9 on the return. A fun visit with DJ Humphreys yesterday. Hope that he's okay. I was really interested to kind of pick his brain. Such a cerebral guy, Arch. And how
Yep, PJ.
Especially in an assignment like this, where he's blocking against a guy like Myles Garrett. We're going to get a change quarterback now for Cleveland. PJ Walker, who very nearly led them to the 3rd straight win last week. It was the start and place of Deshaun Watson that was summoned to clean up the final 6 and change of this 4th quarter. Hand off to Ford. Tackled there by Zaven Collins. So the final numbers on Deshaun Watson, 19 of 30, 219, and the 2 touchdowns. The one off the deflection to Cooper.
Arch, give us your final judgments on Watson.
No, I love that last throw. And listen, when you think about peak Deshaun Watson, in my mind at least, it's the pretty deep ball down the field. He was at the top of the NFL when it comes to hitting those big passes with touch. So really good to see that. I do believe that the rest of the passing game, all the short stuff, all the timing stuff that you saw some issues with today, I do believe that's going to get cleaned up. It's hard. You've got to play this game to be able to play this game well. To be in and out of the lineup, it doesn't work like that. So I think just more time together.
Yeah, hard to run it when they know it's coming. Hard to run it when you know it's
He
coming.
struggled a little bit with the intermediate short throws, but on the deep ball, he was really on target today. And you just wonder, you hope if you're a Cleveland fan, March, that it gives him the confidence that he needs. Clearly, his best game was week 3 against Tennessee. But you just consider all the football that he's missed, basically on the sideline for 2 years.
I think that's the point.
Just really hard to come back from that kind of layoff.
Yeah, I think that's the point. That much time off and just getting back into it. And again, the first couple games, bad weather game against Cincinnati, didn't really play well the next week. Tennessee was a breakthrough, but
They ain't even taking no chance. They about to run this shit.
just in and out. This game is too hard to expect to be at your absolute best.
Jerome Ford again getting Nick Harris as his lead blocker. One thing Deshaun knows he can hang his hat on is this run game that continues to excel. As Ford picks up 8 more yards, and they're going to need all of that and then some next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
Yeah, and really, the offensive line, they always seem to figure it out here.
There it is. Yeah, you got out of this one everything you wanted, man. Everything.
Rookie right tackle DeJuan Jones, trying to figure out all those pieces. That's going to come into play, especially here when they start playing the AFC North. You play Baltimore, you play Pittsburgh. The strength of this offense has been for many years now the offensive line and the way they're able to control football games.
First quarter, Bohorquez has been one of their MVPs in this game. He set on a 73-yard punt. The other one plus 50. And this is another booming kick.
Ooh, too hard.
The Cardinals bounce
Too hard.
into the end zone. So officially in 60s.
0 turnovers. This has got to be the first game if they finish like this with 0 turnovers. No, Kobe said that. All right. Professor Cal says, didn't you say someone on defense was going to get 3 sacks? I said, yeah, I did. I think somebody was going to get it. Well, I think Kobe said Miles was going to get 3. Kevin Stefanski says, Kevin Stefanski haters, take a break this week from Jeremy. Yeah, this ain't a week for y'all. Jeez.
For his life advantage, by himself sometimes he's run out of bounds after a pickup of 5. Consider the fact that they're basically down to their final 2 running backs. They're without Michael Wilson, a very impressive rookie, their number 2 wide receiver. I mean, this is hard even for a seasoned vet to step into this.
I think everybody had to be able to understand what today was going to be about. Listen, this defense is as good as there is. Really tough circumstances.
2 slings it here to the tight end, McBride, as he's
3rd down.
First down marker. And their offense next week, Arch, is going to look drastically different. Of course, Murray's return. Very likely to get James Conner back. Conner set to come off IR this week, as he's been dealing with
Is that a stop?
injury since week 5. And Michael Wilson, who we just mentioned, as they pick up the first down here with 5 and change left. And so 1
Miles, I think he got half a sack.
3 is ruled out. No surprise there, with just 5 minutes left in this kind of a scenario. And pass deflected.
But that's the beauty of the amount of attention that Miles gets, right? They're triple teaming him now. You're going to create one-on-ones. I pointed this out in my film breakdown. The defensive line had to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-ones. Miles isn't going to be able to eat as much this year, right? The sack numbers are going to be what they're going to be. He's going to win a couple of those, but they're going to triple team him. So we need those one-on-ones to win more often. Today was a day of winning them one-on-ones. Dalvin Tomlinson won his one-on-ones, got his two-way goals, won those. You saw a lot of it in the interior, one of those one-on-ones, because that's what they're going to be created.
The Burnish's legacy with this unit that has just been off the charts. This is Hollywood Brown on a crosser, right across the 35, close to the 37-yard line with 4 and change left in regulation.
Well, listen, I think it's important. We assume that Kyler Murray will play next week. Again, anything can happen, but that's what we assume. I think it's also safe to assume that I don't think it's going to just work magically from the very first snap. There is going to be a feeling out.
Oh, Zadarius. Oh.
2 sacked again, Zadarius Smith. And they have pinned their ears back.
Yep.
7 sacks allowed by the Cardinals.
Is that a record?
Well, 7 sacks is just ridiculous. And Zadarius Smith, not big numbers this year as far as sacks, but his pressure rate, the way he affects the passer has been as good as it's been his entire career. And having a guy that can rush from one side of the field with the power that Smith has and then the speed that Garrett has from the other side, it really is an impactful combination.
Blake Gilligan to punt, Roshan signaling fair catch. Indeed, just telling us that there's a shoulder injury for Cam Mitchell on that Cleveland defense. They're saying questionable, but after soon given the scoring time here that
Q start writing the victory speech from Stephen Yvette. Appreciate you. Saints 830 says Cleveland, my original team. I see take starting quarterback out when ahead. Super annoying. Let that man play. Nah, I mean, this is the time to take him out, right? You'd be pissed if he got hurt at this point in the game. Ray Rag says the D is tackling a lot better than the last 2 weeks. And Miles has 1 sack according to ESPN. No, shout out to them. Giving him a sack.
Spoken to, we've had the Browns now 3 times this season. The other interesting thing he said yesterday, we asked him if he thinks he's playing faster, and he paused a little bit. He said, I think I'm playing more logically. Thinking about what he wants to do before he does it.
That's when you're just a superstar. When you can say that. There's just not many built like him, and he is a sensational football player. I wonder what it feels like to be that good. Just for a couple hours.
You weren't that good, but you were still pretty good. Very few people on the planet know what that feeling is like as Kaiser White makes the tackle.
And then he doesn't even look like he gets tired. Like he's never, does he sweat? Does he breathe hard? He's just always smiling, sitting down smiling.
Just can't appreciate his greatness until you stand next to him. Just the size and consider how nimble he is. And he has been just an absolute game wrecker for this Browns defense. So it's going to be another big test next week. They were upset, Arch, the way that last week ended. They've been able to protect that lead. Seattle just drove down the field on them on that last drive. And we're thinking about that all week.
Well, listen, if you look at their defense, Spiro, the one thing that stands out in some of their games, there's always that fourth quarter play or fourth quarter drive where they miss a tackle and allow a big play. And so that they've got to figure that out late in games.
Final 2 minutes in Cleveland, 27-0.
What is the record? He went. Sean Watson last year went 3-3, and then this year he's been 4-1, so he is 7-4. Yeah. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, and then we'll recap this game and finish off the stream, y'all. Pretty good day to be a Browns fan. 27-0. On your verge of your first shutout of the year. See if you can close it out here.
Cleveland having a good old time a couple of days after Halloween. As we sit in for the final 2 minutes, 27-0. The Hawks on to punt. Greg Dortch is going to play just outside his own 20-yard line. Does his dance on the sideline and run out of bounds right there. So the Baltimore Ravens, big lead today over Seattle. They're going to get the win, but their 7th win of the season as they continue to set the pace atop the AFC North. Ravens will get to 7-2. With that big one coming up next week at home. They'll take on these Cleveland Browns. So give the Ravens the win there, 7-2. So give Cleveland the win and get them to 5-3. And what a big game that's going to be next week.
I'm telling you, this division is something. I think the Browns are good. They can win.
Oh, wow.
Baltimore looks good. Cincinnati getting better.
They're just not giving up anything, man.
It's just this is a
Jeez.
tough division that you got to come to play every
Jeez.
time you play somebody from the AFC North.
Big day for Amari Cooper. 5 catches for 139 yards and a touchdown.
Woo!
Does this now give them the confidence to go to a place like Baltimore and score what would be just a
They got 56 total yards right now.
2 games to England.
They might end the game with less than 50 total yards.
Smith.
My God. Oh, my God.
Was among the tackling.
Oh, my God.
Well, Sparrow, you know what I'm excited to see next week is this defense play the Ravens again, because the last time they played, it probably wasn't a fair game because of the quarterback situation in that game. And so a defense coming off a game like this against a red-hot Baltimore offense and Lamar Jackson playing at the level he's playing, to me, that's a matchup that I can't wait to see.
Ingram is tackled again after he picks up a couple. And those are the games, Archie, where you're measured as a defense. Of course, this is fun. It's impressive as they get their first shutout. Oh, yeah.
Okay. The numbers are crazy on this one. Wow. We're going to go through these numbers. This is some of the most I understand it's the Arizona Cardinals playing with Clayton Tune, but this is some of the most dominating defensive football you'll ever see in your life. Like that. This is insane what they were able to do. Wow. It's Joe Burrow had 81 passing yards. That's crazy. Joe Burrow had 81 passing yards. We all thought that would be the low of the season, and that is no longer the lowest total. Wow. Yeah, these numbers are crazy on the defensive side. These numbers are insane. All right, I got to get the stream started on Bleacher Report. This is crazy. This is crazy. So not only did you have one of the more impressive defensive showings that you've had this year, you've also had a pretty impressive, hold on, I don't think anybody even in here. But not only did you have an impressive defensive showing, you had an impressive offensive showing. This was just an impressive effort. Shout out to Soul Train. Always enjoyed your content. Looking forward to you and Cole later this week. Absolutely. Great confidence booster going into Baltimore. Chris Gustafaro says, Ray Rags hits me with, they somehow have less yards than they should have. They had 6 first downs, not by penalty. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, they should have 60, but the Browns defense held them to 58 yards. They ran 48 plays. Cardinals offense ran 48 plays. They had 58 total yards today. $58 yards. I mean, that's just whoo. Man, cannot believe that. All right, so this defense just dominated. Let's just call it what it is. The defense dominated all game. The defense showed up, did what they needed to do, and the defense was who we thought they were. We came into this week wondering, hey, is this defense a mirage? Is this defense not who we thought they were? Is this defense, a little overrated, given how they just didn't show up in some moments the last couple of weeks? Nah, they came back with the vengeance, right? They made sure you knew who this team was. And this was a dominating performance, as dominant as you can get in the NFL. And look, you could discount it because it was the Arizona Cardinals. But let me ask you, how many teams have shut out the Arizona Cardinals this year? For the people who want to discount this defensive performance, tell me the teams that have shut out the Arizona Cardinals this year. Nobody. Nobody's even held them to less than 1 touchdown. This week, the Arizona Cardinals were shut down to 6 first downs. The Browns had more in just running alone and passing alone. They ran 48 plays, the Arizona Cardinals. They had 58 yards. They averaged 1.2 yards per play. Clayton Tune threw for 58 yards. They ran for 28. They lost a significant amount of yardage in this game. Randall Moore, Marquise Brown, absolute non-factors. The Browns had 7 sacks in this game. Today, the Browns only gave up 1 sack, and I don't even remember that 1 sack. I do remember the 1 sack. So they gave up 1 sack in this game. Dominating performance. Love to see it. I think the Browns had like 7 3-and-outs in that game for the defense. That's a get back on track game, right? We were a little worried, giving up 38 points to Gardner Minshew on the road. We were a little worried doing what you did at the end of that game versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now you come back, show us who you are. And we know now that this is a great home defensive team. Now we got to see them pack this show up and put it in Baltimore and give you a chance to win that game. Now let's talk about the offensive side of the ball, because I came into the offensive side of this ball and my philosophy was, hey, it's going to be a process with Deshaun. I cannot sit here versus anybody right now and expect him on his first game back to throw for 300 yards. It's going to be a process. You want to see some things that encourage you, but the most important thing would be twofold. Win this game, one, and get out of this game healthy. If you can do those two things, if you can win this game and get out of this game healthy, you're in a great spot. They did more than that. They not only won this game, they played their first turnover-free game on the offensive side of the ball. Browns didn't have a single turnover in this game. Another thing, another step in a positive direction. Deshaun Watson's pocket mechanics seem to be closer to what they were in Tennessee than what they were at the beginning of the season. That's important. He only got sacked one time. Now, that has a lot to do with the lack of pressure that the Arizona Cardinals are able to get, but also I thought it had a lot to do with Deshaun Watson's ability to climb the pocket. You saw that comfort, him staying in there, him being patient, taking the dink and dunks. He had a span there at the end of the second quarter where he wasn't hitting guys consistently, but then he hit a couple guys at the end of that quarter, came back out and played well. Threw some beautiful deep balls. He needs to get his timing down, his feet down. He just hasn't played a lot of football. That part's going to be a process. It's going to be a process for him. I don't expect him to throw for 300 against Baltimore or Pittsburgh, right? We're going to wait down the line for those kind of performances. But what you got today was exactly what you needed. Some chunk plays by the quarterback, safe football. Didn't have a turnover play, didn't have a turnover-worthy play in this game. And you played clean ball and were able to win. And he got out of this game, hopefully, with no complications. The only reason I say hopefully is because we didn't think that there were any issues at the end of the Titans game, and then there ended up being issues. I'm going to wait till Tuesday to make sure Wednesday to make sure that he practices without anything weird going on. But that is the good news. It's almost like, to be honest with you, we're right back. You know what? It's like we got a mulligan, right? It's like we got a mulligan on that Ravens game, right? That first Raven game, we came out of it. Deshaun had a very encouraging performance. The Browns were 2-1, and we're going to go and play the Baltimore Ravens where we feel like we have a couple things that need to be put up to the test. This week, it's the same thing. Deshaun has an encouraging performance. The Baltimore Ravens look very good, and there's a couple things about this Browns defense we want to put up against a real test. I see somebody already in the chat. It's the Arizona Cardinals. Calm down. Again, point to me the other team that held Arizona to 56 total yards. Point to me the other team that shut out the Arizona Cardinals. If you cannot do so, you should probably shut up because you don't have a point. People in the chat. You know what I mean? There's people who just come here, especially on the Bleacher Report stream, just to be smartasses. You're probably not fun to be around because of that. And you're not even that clever. So again, unless you could point to me the game where somebody else has held the Arizona Cardinals to 56 total yards, unless you could point to me the number of teams, the plethora of teams this year that have held that offense that's been going pretty well to 0 points. If you can do that to me, hey, look, congratulations. There you go. Great job. But if you can't, then shut up. They traded Josh Dobbs, by the way. Let's not act like Josh Dobbs, like that game was going to go any different with Josh Dobbs than it went with Clayton too. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this proves anything. What I am saying is that this was a great bounce back for this team. A defense that needed to answer the bell and get back here to this level of domination. They needed to do that. They did that. The Browns came into this game needing to accomplish 3 things. Great defensive performance. We expected that. Deshaun, get out this healthy. Get out of here with the win. You needed the win. You got all 3 of those things. There's no way you can poo-poo on that. If you want to poo-poo on that, you're just a loser. And you're just showing everybody that you're a loser. Like, I don't understand why you would poo-poo on that. There's nothing to poo-poo about. Now, we'll see what happens next week versus Baltimore. It's going to be a tough as hell game. Baltimore's on a roll. M&T Bank Stadium. You're playing them on a roll. Tough. It's tough. It's tough. But you feel much better because Watson looked good in that game. Watson had some incredible throws in that game. Not as many as he did against Tennessee, but he looked like he was closer to being ready than most people would assume. Oh, wow. That's a crazy play that just happened in Houston. That is a crazy play that just happened. Are they going to just say he was down? Wow, the Houston Texans about to give this game up in a crazy way. But that's all I'm saying. The fact that you're in here as a Ravens fan, instead of celebrating your own win, you're trying to come in here and ruin other people's fun, Mac, on a Browns chat when your team just had one of the most impressive performances of the year, tells me how much of a loser you actually are. Like, you would not rather celebrate your own success. You would rather try to make people feel bad for their success. You're a loser. That's loser behavior. The only thing going good for you is that your team's good. That's loser behavior, though. That's loser in life stuff. So shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. This is the highlight of your week, me responding to you. But yeah, defensively, you got out of this what you needed to see. I love seeing Dalvin Tomlinson have a dominant day like this. He had more sacks than I think the Browns defensive line did all season last year. All season last year. Like, let's look at it. Let's look at the sack numbers, the defensive numbers, because we had 2 interceptions. Taki had an interception, same as Denzel Ward. And then we had 7 sacks, 3 by Dalvin Tomlinson, which I believe puts him somewhere at like 5 or 6. So really good, really nice stuff there. TFLs. You had a bunch of TFLs in this game. Grant Delpit had 1. Dalvin had 3, obviously, the 3 sacks. Shelby Harris had 2. Za'Darius had 2. Ultra productive day. They gave Myles Garrett a sack in the TFL as well. I didn't think they would give him that sack. They gave him that sack. So Myles is at 8.5 or 9.5 or something like that. So good on Myles, good on this defense. And just look at the sack numbers, man. They're just so much different than they were last year. They're so much more dominant. And I think this defense is so much better when that defensive line can get pressure. Now, if you can't get pressure with that defensive line, you're in trouble on the back end. And that's going to be the test versus the Baltimore Ravens when you play them at M&T Bank Stadium. Obviously, a tough game. Obviously a tough game. You're going to be playing them on the road. They're on fire offensively. That offensive line has been pretty good for them. You want to see if you can get that pressure, because if you don't pressure Lamar Jackson, he going to eat you up, man. And we just saw that versus the Seattle Seahawks. They didn't get very much pressure against him, and they killed him. They killed him. Absolutely killed them through the air. So look, that Ravens team is no joke. It's going to be a tough game. It was impossible to win that game with PJ Walker. It's going to be very tough to win that game with Deshaun Watson. And it would be very tough to win that game with Deshaun Watson if we felt like Deshaun was playing at his full caliber. That would still be a tough as hell game. So, you're going to have to bring your lunch pail to that one. That run game is also dominating. Mark Andrews seems like he's back. So you got your hands full next week versus the Baltimore Ravens, but you got the work that you needed to get done this week. Now you are 5-3. Why y'all always got to shit on Deshaun? Why y'all always got to shit on somebody? Like, Lamar Jackson's good. Why do we do this? I can't say Deshaun played well. I can't say Lamar played well. Y'all always just want to just dog on somebody. Please get a life. Like, I don't understand this. 21-26, 187. It's not bad. And then he ran on him. Like, we know what Lamar can do through the air now. We've seen it this year. What are y'all doing? Why y'all always got to hate on somebody for no reason? Like, just admit that he's playing well. It's not going to hurt you. But yeah, Lamar's playing really well. That Ravens team is playing well. It's going to be a hell of a test for both teams, right? I'm pretty sure the Ravens are looking forward to playing us because we come in as the best defense they played all year, and they want to see if their offense is a fluke, right? Because they didn't play that well versus Pittsburgh. So they want to see, hey, like, did we just get a fluke win because DTR was in there, or are we going to be for real this year on offense? So they want to see it too. Brown's going to give them that chance. We going to see what's going to happen. That's going to be dope to see. I'm excited for it. But again, when we talking about this week's game, you wanted 3 things and you got more than those 3 things. You wanted a win. You needed to get to 5-3. You get to 5-3. The season is more than alive, right? You have a chance to win. Well, you have a tough game against Baltimore on the road, but then you feel like really good about your chance to win against Pittsburgh at home. You've won most of those games in recent memory. I think it's been a very long time since Pittsburgh has won in Cleveland. So you feel very good about that opportunity in total. So there that is. And then you have a chance to continue to gain on top of that. So it's going to be an exciting week to prepare for. I got a ton of stuff planned for the week on the YouTube channel. I'm excited about it. Let's go into some of these chats here. The defensive tackling, I already got that one. Great victory. Let's enjoy this chat. Absolutely. Is the nickname for the defense back on the menu? Nah, you got to do something against. You win against Baltimore, we put it back on the menu. We put it back. But a win versus the Cardinals, no matter how dominating, that's not going to put it back on the menu. You got to do something versus Baltimore to put it back on the menu. And that's my life. 9-5 says, important note, most games, Browns have 70 plus plays offense, 60 plays defense. That's what's up. So it's a good week. It's a good week for the Cleveland Browns. It's a good week to be a Browns fan. It's a good week for everybody here watching this. And I think that that's what we need to take away from it. Again, that still doesn't take out some of the other things that we talked about before this game. Defensively, it's great to know versus a team like Arizona, we got absolutely nothing to worry about. And hell, versus most teams in Cleveland, I don't feel like we got a single thing to worry about. I know what this defense is in Cleveland Browns Stadium. The question for this defense is, who are they on the road? Because that's where things have been a little bit more shaky. I think they played really well versus Pittsburgh in week 2, but the offense just gave it up. I thought that they played well for most of the game last week in Seattle, but in some key moments, they gave it up. And I thought they played bad against Indy. So your 3 road games, you have not held up as well as you would like to defensively. And that's going to be a test next week because you're going to have some road stretches here where you're going to need that defense to show up. Same thing offensively, right? Like, I don't think we've had a single great offensive performance on the road this year, unless you want to count maybe you can't even count the Seahawks game as a great offensive performance, but it was a decent one. Like, you just haven't had that this year. So it's nice to know who this team is on the road. It's nice to know who this team is at home when Deshaun Watson's playing. Again, some very impressive stats. Deshaun Watson, 7-4 in his starts as a Cleveland Brown. This year, if you look at the point differential, it's something like 98-11. Shout out to Zave P for that stat. This team is dominant when they get good to great quarterback play. And if Deshaun Watson can provide that, then you are on top of everything. I mean, like, it's no mistake. There's been 3 blowouts this year. Those are the 3 games that Deshaun Watson has finished. Like, it's no mistake. We've had 3 blowouts. Deshaun Watson's been the quarterback on all of those blowouts. Now, you just need him to be who he was against Cincinnati more often than not, who he was against Tennessee and who he was today. And then build on top of that. The good news is that he finished the game. If it was going to be shaky, this was going to be the game that it was going to look shaky in, and you were able to get out of this one relatively unscathed, and he played a pretty good game for you. You feel good about his ability to push the deep ball. You feel good about his zip. You feel good about all of this, and now you just feel like, hey, he just needs to get reps, get comfortable in his offense with game speed, and that's going to come within the next few weeks. Now, it's going to be tough. You're playing 2 division opponents. It's going to be real tough. But it is what it is. So that's what you like to see. Now you look at this division. This division is absolutely insane. I just don't understand how insane this division continues to be, man. Like, the Browns are 5-3. The Bengals are 4-3. They play later tonight. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 5-3, and the Baltimore Ravens are 6-2. Now, I know there's been divisions that's gotten to this point of year where every team's over 500 or at 500 at least. I don't think there's been a single division in recent memory where every team could be over 2 games over 500. It's crazy. It's crazy here as the Texans go out and, wow, CJ Stroud on the last drive. My goodness. Just like butter. Wow. What a finish to that one. What a finish to that one. There's a flag on the play. I can't play the sound. But that's crazy if it stands. That's crazy if it stands. But I think that this is a positive sign for the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, we'll see what happens versus Baltimore. Playing the Cardinals, playing Baltimore, 2 different beasts. 2 different beasts. One's an out-of-division opponent starting a rookie quarterback. The other one's an in-division opponent. It's on the defense. Yeah, it's on the defense. They count it. Yeah, so unsportsmanlike conduct on Tampa Bay. So that is just impressive. What the Browns did here. Playing the Cardinals, very different than playing Lamar Jackson, an MVP candidate, somebody who's might win the MVP. I think he's the front runner for MVP, in my opinion, this year. I think he's been that dominant. And I think that it's going to be a tough game, but you feel much better about it coming into it, given what you've seen so far this season. Stroud is amazing. Yeah, CJ Stroud's just having an incredible rookie year. Nobody expected this, given how bad that team was. Clowney had a good season for the Browns when he was here in Cleveland in 2021. It's just last year he just quit on the team. So, is what it is. But Za'Darius stepped up today, played well. Dalvin Tomlinson stepped up today, played well. It's a good day to be a Browns fan. It's a good day to be from the state of Ohio, or at least be an Ohio State fan, as well as CJ Stroud just had a signature moment in the NFL coming back on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and ending a Baker Mayfield game-winning drive. I'm sure it's rough to be an Oklahoma fan. Somebody asks, D. Russell asks a great question. What's our game plan for Lamar? I think their over-aggressive nature plays into his hands. Well, the good thing is that you have that game tape of you doing that exact same thing, right? Of being over-aggressive, biting really hard on these play fakes, and they have it and you have it. So you can make some adjustments off of that. I think that they will be a little bit more passive in that game, but let's be honest here. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson pose a lot of threats to this defense that this defense is not in the greatest position to handle, right? One of the biggest threats that he has is his ability to extend plays. And the Browns' big Achilles heel is if they cannot get pressure within 3 seconds, it's going to be hard to cover in the back end when you're doing that much man. So they need to find a way this week versus Baltimore to bottle up Lamar Jackson and get him on the ground in 3 seconds or less. They cannot let these routes develop. They cannot let him slip around back there, because when you play a lot of man coverage, those scramble drills are death, are absolute death when the scramble drill is alive there. So you don't want that to happen. Maybe you play some spy, but I think it's going to be a more passive game plan now that they've seen it before. So I expect Jim Schwartz to get in his bag and call a better game than he did in week 4. And I think the defense is going to play better because hopefully Deshaun Watson gets through this week healthy and they feel much more confident about the level of play that they're going to get from the offensive side of the ball and the level of support, and they don't feel like it's all on their shoulders. So that's just good news all across the board for the Cleveland Browns and for all of these teams in general. So it's just what you want to say. Somebody said Brady Quinn is punching air right now. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love all the people in here who try to like push a Baker Mayfield agenda. Like, why? Like, you know what I mean? There's just no reason. Like, the Baker Mayfield agenda is dead. He's not that good. You know what it is. That's why the Buccaneers are 3-5 and they just lost to the Texans. Like, we know what it is. We know what it is, man. Come on, man. We got to let this Baker agenda die. We really do. He's not good enough to have an agenda. He's really not. But that is how things went this week, man. Like, I think, me personally, that couldn't have gone better. Chat, let me know. Do y'all think that this game could have went well, obviously outside the injuries, right? Jed Wills hurt his knee, didn't come back to the game. Marquise Goodwin hurt something, didn't come back into the game. So you got to keep your eye on those two, especially Jed. And I'm going to be honest with you, it looked like Jed out for the year, man. It looked like Jed out for the year. Now, CJ Stroud looks like that guy right now. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's making that Texans team overachieve. So I'm pretty sure Texan fans are very happy with what they have in CJ Stroud, especially since he's younger, and you know, it doesn't have the baggage that Deshaun has. So I'm pretty sure they're pretty happy with him. I wouldn't blame them for being happy with him. But if we talk about Baker Mayfield, dog, like, let's stop that. Let's just stop it. Yeah, you see, people still want to argue about Baker Mayfield. Like, let it fucking go. The guy's won like 7 games since he's left Cleveland. Can we let it go? Can we let it go? Deshaun played well in the return game, and y'all still want to cry about Baker Mayfield. Like, are you Browns fans or Baker fans? Or maybe this is just Oklahoma Sooner fans crying because you know, they got beat by the Oklahoma State in their last Bedlam game. Maybe it's something like that. But I don't know, man. People just give him every excuse in the book, and then when he don't live up to all them excuses, y'all just run more cover on him. Like, it just let it go. He's not that good. He's not a winning quarterback. He's all right. He's all right. And his record reflects that. But that's the exact game that the Cleveland Browns needed. I agree with that, Sammy Football. That's the exact game that the Browns need. Now, we'll see. Because, look, as much as people complain about Jed Wills, him going out with what looks like at least the ACL tear, that's not a nothing deal. That's a big deal that he went down. Because you don't really have a great replacement for him right now. And I would be interested to see with the whole week who they decide to go with, because I just don't think you can live with James Hudson at left tackle. He just doesn't have an anchor, and Baltimore's just going to take advantage of that. Like, I really wouldn't be surprised if they made some adjustments there and maybe put like one of their practice squad guys at left tackle. Yeah, that dime to Cooper was really nice, really encouraging. The deep throws from Deshaun, I thought every throw down the field he took, he looked pretty damn good in. The stuff where he struggled a little bit is the stuff that he's been struggling in, right? The timing stuff, the quick stuff. That's the stuff that he struggled with since coming back. That has a lot to do with comfort in the offense. But another thing, though, I'll give him credit on was he found his running back far more often in this game than he has in any other game since coming back. And he took he took less hits because of it. Like, Deshaun finally played a really safe game at quarterback. Safe with the football, safe with the decisions he was making while still being a playmaker, right? Still being able to run, still being able to rip off some deep throws. He played exactly the kind of football you need him to play for the next couple of weeks. Turnover free, safe football, going to his checkdowns, doing what he has to do to keep himself healthy, not being reckless with his body. These are all things that I've complained about. Getting rid of the ball. He did that this week. He didn't take that many sacks. He only took 1 sack in this game. These are really, like, outside of the throws, to be honest with you, these were more impressive to me. These things that he did were more impressive to me, and gave me more hope that he's more along than what I assumed when it comes to comfort in this offense, right? The ability to find a check down. Jerome Ford didn't get lost this week like he has so many other weeks. The ability to just take what's there, dink and dunk till, he needed to throw the ball deep. And then when he took his deep shots, he really had good timing and good targeting on all of them. So that's the stuff where I'm like, hey, you feel a lot better right now. Obviously, you want to build off of it this week and get to that next level versus a team like Baltimore, who, look, even if Deshaun Watson was playing at peak Pro Bowl level or at peak MVP level, this would still not be an easy game to win. So, you're going to need it from everybody. You're going to need this defense to have an incredible performance, and you're going to need the offense to have an incredible performance to have a chance next week. But that's next week. This week, you walked out this game in Cleveland Browns Stadium with everything you want to see. We wanted to get a win. We wanted to have a dominating defensive performance. We wanted Deshaun Watson to show us some signs while getting out of this game healthy. He did all 3 of those things and then some. I think the defense did more than you expected. I think the offense did more than you expected. And I think the win felt better than we expected because of those 2 things. So that's a great place to be in. We'll see what that turns into next week, but that doesn't change anything. This Deshaun Watson process is still a process. I don't expect him to throw for 300 versus Baltimore, and I don't think we should expect him to throw for 300 versus Baltimore. It's going to be a process. It's going to have some throws that aren't going to look great. There's going to be some throws that look pretty. Just because he throws a pretty ball doesn't mean that the process is done, and just because he throws a bad ball doesn't mean that the process can never be completed. It's going to be a process. We got to be patient with this. We got to wait this out. We got to see how it plays out over the next month to really get a gauge on where we're going to be at as a team. But this is a step in the positive direction as they move towards a very, very tough Baltimore game. And it's also a step in the program in a positive direction that they didn't overlook a team that would be very easy to overlook. It would have been very easy to overlook the Arizona Cardinals this week, but hats off to that coaching staff and leadership in the locker room for making sure that did not take place today. They're making sure that nobody just slept through this week, didn't come in prepared. They came in ready to kick ass all game. And that's what you wanted to see, man. That's exactly what you wanted to see from this team in this game. You want to see a team that knew they had to win, that was ready to come out and kick some ass. And they came out and they kicked some ass, and that's what I want. That's what I love to see. Bleacher Report, peace. Ooh. All right, we'll break down more of the schedule. We'll break down more of Baltimore in a minute, and we'll get to the press conference stuff the second that goes live. In a minute here, I'm going to take a bathroom break. we're going to play Red Zone. Wow. I'll let you hear the Red Zone broadcast while I do so.
That huddle there. It's Aiden O'Connell quarterbacking the Raiders going forward, so they say.
Moves. Myers gets it on the jet sweep. Myers down the sideline.
Well, watch Jacoby Myers right away. He's going to sell this run, and he's going to catch it by surprise. Look at him right here. They're going to have a pressure on. He's making it look like he's going to block for a run, and they catch him off guard, bringing the pressure at the right time. What a play call by Bo Hardegree, and well executed by the Raiders. They totally sold that.
Second of turnovers in the lead with 11. So 7-0, the Las Vegas Raiders. That'll get the home crowd fans on their feet with the new regime starting over. 2nd and 23 as A.J. Brown gets some of this back. We'll show you why it's 2nd and 23. A little game rewind for us, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, if we can. This was the play earlier with Sam Williams getting the strip sack, but the ball bounces right in the air. Let's show the replays of this one, gang. Watch the replays here. How fortunate was Jalen Hurts that this ball got ripped out of his hands and then hung in the air just perfectly for him to be able to catch it out here. Watch this angle. Okay, let's go back to the line. 3rd and 15. Mexicans fighting forward. All of a sudden, it's a 4th down, and we're calling it 3. Well, when you talk pass rush in the National Football League, big part of that conversation is Parsons. You see who he's lined up there. Watch this all game, KB. He's going to line up over these guards. You mentioned Tyler Steen making his starting debut at right guard, the rookie. And so they started the second quarter for Indianapolis. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Gardner Minshew with a man in motion, and a penalty marker comes in. 4th and 3, the Eagles are going. Jalen Hurts.
Did I miss any supers? Appreciate y'all for sticking with me while I took a little bit of a break, because I need to rest my voice a little bit. Your boy been talking a lot. Yeah, this was the exact kind of game the Cleveland Browns needed. Now, again, going into next week, it's going to be tough. Baltimore, tough team. You got to live up to that test. But now you feel a lot better about your ability to do such a thing, because, you know, you're not just sitting there hoping on hope that Deshaun Watson shows up. You're willing to step up. You know what I mean? Also, yeah, bad day for Brady Quinn, huh? Because then Brady Quinn say that CJ Stroud was terrible. That's crazy. That's crazy. Again, man, like, you go back, and a lot of people expose themselves the more they talk about football. They expose themselves for, maybe they know what they're talking about, but they don't have the discipline to be able to be calm under fire, to trust that they know what they're talking about. I don't know more about football than Brady Quinn. Brady Quinn has played more football than me at a higher level. But I can be more right about things than Brady Quinn, because Brady Quinn lets his ego get in the way, right? I'm sure Brady Quinn thought, oh yeah, CJ Stroud, he was going to be this and that. I did better on the cognitive test. I'm better than CJ Stroud, right? Let his ego get in the way. Let his ego start yapping for him. And he said something very freaking stupid about CJ Stroud, calling him dumb, insinuating that he's not smart because he didn't go to the Peyton Manning passing camp. And end up looking like an idiot. Because it doesn't take a genius to watch CJ Stroud at Ohio State and go, oh, he's really good at quarterback. It doesn't take a genius to see CJ Stroud play an NFL defense versus Georgia and be the only thing keeping Ohio State alive in that game. It did not take a genius to know that CJ Stroud would be good. It did not. This is stuff well within the realm of Brady Quinn's knowledge, but his ego got in the way. So he looks like an idiot. That's what happens, right? Mans looks like an idiot. That's crazy. Anybody who took that cognitive test thing seriously looks like an idiot. CJ Stroud, very good. We told you this. We told you this on Q and Cole. We said, hey, CJ Stroud, CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson. Those are the best two quarterbacks in this draft class. Oh, Quincy, what are you talking about? You know, it's clearly this guy. It's clearly, and it looked like Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud going to be the best two quarterbacks in this class. And we'll see what happens with Bryce. We'll see what happens with Will. Will's look good. Honestly, it's like Bryce Young is taking the Tua route, right? Where Tua was supposed to be the most pro-ready guy in that draft class, and he seems like the guy that's going to take the longest to come along. It's crazy. It's crazy. 475 touchdowns, CJ Stroud, man. Balling. I'm happy for him, man. Happy for Houston, too, man. They've been through a rough couple years, dog. They was watching Kevin Hogan or Kevin Hogan's replacement out there. It's been a rough couple years for him. So I'm happy for Baltimore fans. I mean, not Baltimore fans, for Houston fans as well, man. They got him a guy. Not often you can go from a dude to a dude at quarterback, and they did it. So shout out to them, man. They got those picks. Hey, look, people call them idiots for trading their own first round pick too. But turns out they ain't gonna have the first pick in the draft. They knew something. You know what I mean? Looks like they knew something. A lot of people real critical of what they did early in that draft. Turns out to be the right thing. We love to declare things the biggest failures in NFL history like 2 days into them. We declared things failures way too early in this media era. We do. Now again, let's look over the stats real quick before I head out, because these are some crazy numbers. They held Clayton Tune to 20 pass attempts, 58 yards, 2 interceptions, 7 sacks with a rating of 20. Their leading rusher was Clayton Tune, by the way. 5 rushes, 28 yards, a long of 11, all scrambles. Keontae Ingram was their leading running back. My man had 9 carries for 8 yards, a .9 average, so shout out to him. Randale Moore had 4 carries for 3 yards, .8 average, and then Tony Jones Jr. had 3 carries for 2 yards. Not good. In just total yardage, I believe they had 99 yards of total offense if you don't count negative plays. So even if they didn't give up a sack or a TFL in this game, they would have had 99 yards of offense. That's insane. That's insane. But Just a great game. I'm going to wait to see if we're going to get these press conferences anytime soon. But if we don't, then I'm going to just have to bounce and work on the post-game stuff. So I'm not even seeing quotes come out. Yeah. Yeah, there's no quotes coming out. All right, so that's going to be it for this stream, y'all. Catch the post-game recap video coming out soon. Y'all have a great day.